Guys, I'm in Syria. This is my first day. It is very, 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 very different. But, so whenever I came here, I guess I didn't understand I thought things were a bit more stable. Yes, I understand what I'm doing. Canada advisory, avoid all travel. When do I ever do what I'm told to do? Okay? When? I'm a rebel. But I also knew at the same time, like, this is not surprising to me at all. Would you say Syria is safe? I would say. So before I came here, Salah tried to warn me. You wouldn't want to be without your husband?
I advise you to not come.
I know, but I want to be with you.
I wouldn't come here. If you're not here, I wouldn't rent this.
Yeah, I know you did it for me. And obviously because my husband is from Syria, I was, always aware, mostly through him, of situations in Syria. And maybe I was that a gunshot?
Yeah.
Why?
Fireworks.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm going to tell myself. Fireworks. I knew that things were unstable. The government infrastructure is very fragmented, very unstable. Until I traveled to the Middle East, I never realized how much Western media makes you think that this place is like super dangerous. And now I'm sure that it's just complete chaos. They bombed, I think, very near the presidential palace, the government buildings, and so yeah. For now, I'm staying put. My mom, I don't tell her these things, but I'm sure haters will. Unfortunately. My family was really shocked. My mom was like worried. Like because if you've never come here, you don't really know the vibe. I'm not just gonna tuck tail and run. There's no way. There's no way. It's not about trusting his judgment when he told me not to come. It's that I didn't care. I don't care about the danger, like, in a way that you guys think I should. You know what I mean? Because I knew about it coming here, Husband. What am I saying the word wrong, Nostune? How would you say it? Yeah, and my husband! Yeah, it does give you a whole new perspective and gratefulness on life. Exactly, Bitch, you microwave lean cuisines in your hotel microwave. What the hell is your problem? You're the one who better get a job sending me $1.99, you friggin' cheap ass. Having gas station wine at someone's house and just sitting there going. People saying we warned you. You didn't warn me about anything. I knew how bad it was. I know how bad it is. Most dangerous impulsive decision? I don't know about that. It depends on your perspective. Oh, I think I saw your comment about passing away. I'm not thinking about that, Tracy. You left them in Kuwait quick fasting in a hurry because, yeah, but that's different, Snake Charmer. That's different. So I said, you need to book me a ticket to Canada, like stat, okay? And I was just like, the next day, like a la Toul. I was on a plane, Qatar Airways. I'm not also not trying to downplay the situation. Like, we just don't know what's going, you know. I'm not, did I complain, guys? Like the super chat said, did I complain? Did I sit here and say, oh my gosh, like I'm in a what did I do coming here? Like, no. When did I ever complain?
And you lost the challenge, by the way, of complaining every single minute.
No, I didn't. When?
Many times.
When did I complain? I don't care. Charlie Gold can suck a dick, honestly. Sorry to say that, but she's a bitch.
Yo, Chow, this P. I'm uptown right now. I'm on my way to the West Bank to put a twist on this thing, you heard? Oh, oh yeah, oh, oh yeah, oh, oh yeah, Now I don't mean to sound rude, baby, it hurts or nothing. I want an independent woman if she's working with something. I want a slim fine woman with some twerk with her. See, you got a lot, but I can work with her. Want a big fine woman with some pop, 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 with some twerk, twerk, with some pop, 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 with some twerk, pop, pop, twerk, pop, pop, twerk, pop, pop. Bounce your booty up and down, 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 bounce your booty up and down. Turn around and stick your booty out, stick your booty out, turn around and stick your booty out, stick your booty out, turn around and stick your booty out, stick your booty out, turn around and stick your booty out, stick your booty out, bounce your booty up and down, 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 bounce your booty up and down, 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 bounce your booty up and down, 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 bounce your booty up and down, 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 touch your toe, bounce your booty, bounce your booty, bounce your booty, up and down, touch your toe, bounce your booty, bounce your booty, bounce your booty, up and down, touch your toe, up and down, touch your toe, up and down, bounce your booty, up and down, touch your toe, bounce your booty, up and down, touch your toe, bounce your booty, touch your toe, bounce your booty, up and down, your booty out, your booty out, your booty out, around, your booty out, your booty out, your booty out, your booty out, around, your booty out, your booty out, your booty out, your booty out, around, your booty out, your booty out, your booty out, your booty out, around, your booty out. You ain't got a lot, but I can work with her, work with her, work with her. You ain't got a lot, but I can work with her, work with her, work with her. You ain't got a lot, but I can work with her, work with her, work with her. You ain't got a lot, but I can work with her, work with her, work with her. You ain't got a lot, but I can work with her, now 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 work with her. You ain't got a lot, but I can work with her, now 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 work with her. Walk with it, now work, 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 walk with it, now work. Your booty out, now work, walk with it, 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 now work, walk with it.
Hello, guys. Happy Friday. We made it. We made it to the weekend. To anyone watching in real time, thank you so much for being here. To anyone watching during playbacks, I appreciate you. To all my channel members and patrons, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And to my mods who are always here holding me down, I appreciate y'all so much. Baby, let me tell you, a lot can change in 2 weeks. A lot. And still changing. Still changing. There's not a lot of huge drama going on. Well, with the main train wrecks, let me rephrase that. With the main train wrecks, there's not like a whole bunch of drama, but there's just so much to talk about. Chantal out here staying strong, staying put, while forgetting she actually makes things worse by being there. And then we got Rosie over here, bitch. For anyone who doesn't follow Quirky Love Rosie, I think we're about to head into another dating era. And I love that. I love that. She did a 4-hour stream yesterday, and I was just like, Jesus. Because there's a lot to talk about. So I got to figure that out, because this weekend I want to go live about FFG. Again, it's nothing to point and laugh at. There's other serious things to talk about down the line, but it's just all these little things. Is it huge? No, but it's just, it's the type of things we used to talk about like back in the day when things weren't all that serious. Now, speaking of being serious, one of the issues that I knew would come up when Chantal put on that hijab is the problematic opinions that would follow. Like, I'm always here to drag Chantal. I could do that in my sleep. But there are opinions that have an impact on people outside of Chantal. With that being said, I don't control where people go. I don't control your opinions. What I do say when it comes to my space, the people who come in, on my channel or within my community, there's certain opinions, baby, you were going to get checked. You are going to get dragged. It's not to think that like I'm oblivious that there aren't problematic people who may watch me from time to time and enjoy me. My thing is this: certain opinions will not be tolerated around here. If you want to be loud and bigoted to try to get one over on Chantal or try to criticize her, good luck to you. Good luck to you. One thing about me, I know exactly what type of viewership I have put effort into cultivating around my channel, and I don't fuck with that. I've had my channel Discord, I want to say for, I want to say about 2 years. Yesterday was the first day I actually booted somebody from my Discord. And no, we don't always have to agree. No, you could check me on shit. I've been checked in my own Discord on shit. That's the type of environment I want. Like, don't be scared to approach me. It's never that. I've been wrong. I'll probably be wrong sometime today. But there are certain things I don't tolerate. And if you want to sit here and be Islamophobic, fuck you. Yes, it's fuck Chantal. Yes, it is fuck Salah. But also, it's fuck you bitches too who are trying to sit here and make it seem like they attached to some type of terrorist organization. These two dumb fucks, the biggest failures within their families, who can't do shit right, is they're part of a terrorist organization. Some of y'all weird bitches is tagging different groups on fucking Twitter. What is wrong with y'all? And what's the outcome here? What are we looking for? Truly, what is it that we're looking to do? I've seen someone, and again, please be grateful when I spare you bitches sometimes. That's something that people don't realize, because I could really put shit together and really drag some of y'all. Chantal and Salah not leaving their home means they're definitely connected to ISIS. Bitch, are you dumb? Help me connect the dots. Walk me through this. Talk to me like I'm 5. Walk me through where Salah or Chantal is connected to a terrorist organization. Maybe I'm not seeing it. Maybe I'm not seeing it. Here's the thing. There are different marginalized groups that view this space. And when it comes to me and my platform, I promise you their priority to be comfortable in this space. Because a lot of y'all be running around reckless, running y'all fucking mouths and thinks y'all can't get checked because you know how to criticize Chantal. That's not how that works. So yeah, when it comes to the Muslim viewers, when it comes to brown people, they're going to be comfortable around here. So learn to shut the fuck up and listen. When you're being offensive to someone who's in a marginalized group and they tell you that, shut the fuck up and listen. It's not that hard. I get it. We're very opinionated. I get it. It's the internet. But some of y'all running around saying some crazy shit, and I'm just like sometimes I see someone say something crazy, and I'm just like, oh, you tripping. But then when I see it followed up with like a lot of viewers supporting that, I'm like, oh, wait. I kind of do forget that there are a lot of people similar to Chantal in this space. As much as y'all don't want to see that, I do see it. And yesterday I had a headache. I was not in the mood. I was just like, oh my God, let me not go live. This headache is going to have me just dragging bitches. And I don't actually always want to do that. So if you want to sit there and be Islamophobic, make sure you do it elsewhere. Because the truth is, I've been calling out the bigotry in this space for pretty much the whole time I've been on this platform. I know there are certain people, they're not going to change. But when it comes to this space, if you want to do it around here, I promise you're getting dragged. People were getting dragged yesterday and I wasn't even around. Perfect. That's the energy I love. That's the allyship I love. Yeah, I don't need to be around. Oh, y'all got it? Perfect. And when I step in, okay, it's shut down. Cut that shit out. That shit is fucking weird. It's weird as fuck. That shit is weird as fuck to me. They're dumb. Take a look at Salah's history. Look at his history. He's the failure of the siblings. Look at Chantal. She's the failure of the siblings. That bitch is focused on fucking dick and food. Okay? Please. Please be so fucking for real. Oh, okay. Let me get to this. My bad, y'all. It's just, that shit is so frustrating. And it sucks because, yeah, this dumbass is in Syria, but just because she's in Syria doesn't mean you need to lead with these talking points. That shit is weird. I want to remind y'all, this is where we are. This woman is in Syria as, unfortunately, innocent people are getting bombed. If we fast forward, if we go back a few years, we used to sit up here and watch a bitch eat shrimp rings or rotisserie chicken, a platter of fried chicken, sitting there eating Burger King, talking about trolling, talking about, oh, I got a nutritionist, y'all, or whatever the fuck Amberlynn said. That was like the big drama. Now it's something completely different. Because some of y'all bitches don't know how to touch fucking grass, and above all, don't know when to shut the fuck up and listen. And for the people who don't like my what are you going to do about it? I don't care. What are you going to do about it? Tough. The most you could do is leave a comment. Get over it. All right. Now let me get to... Let me get to some of this support. Luby Lou, welcome to the Gold Cluster. Sorry you came in during this, but it is what it is. But I do appreciate you joining membership. Mrs. Camps, welcome. Welcome to the Gold Cluster as well. Thank you, of course, because I never could say this, but thank you for the super sticker, boo. I appreciate you. Thank you. I wish, oh no, it's right here. Alec. I don't know why it's shown like this on screen, because over here it says your name, Alec, and your member. Thank you, boo. Stephanie, thank you so much for 16 months. That's exactly that's exactly why we adore you, Charlie. Thank you for always keeping, thank you for keeping it real always. No problem, boo. It is what it is. It's just annoying sometimes that we have to say these things. But let me see. Wait, what is happening? Hold on. Oh, Beatrix, what are you talking about? Your comment says Charlie is okay with anti-Semitic people. It's obvious. I don't know what you're talking about. Please point me in a direction where I've been okay with anti-Semitic people. Please help me. Again, receipts. Show me a clip, something. If there's something that I said wrong, let me know, educate me, and I will correct it. But don't just throw out claims. Please show me what I did so I can move forward and make sure I correct it. It's that simple. Let me see. And guys, they might be talking about something legitimate that I don't know. So if there's something that I did, they should be able to show me or tell me what it is exactly so we could correct it and make sure it doesn't happen again. It's not that hard. I love cracking my big toe. Okay. Thank you so much for the super chat, boo. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. But yeah, like I said, like, don't necessarily jump on them because maybe there's something that was said that is problematic. Tell me, and then we could fix it, address it, and make sure it doesn't happen again. I'm not above criticism, but don't just throw claims out there. I'm not fucking Chantal and these other dumb bitches. So tell me so I could fix it, address it, and make sure it don't happen again. Shark Lord, thank you so much for the super chat. I heard you're anti-short. I'm not gonna tell you why though. Listen. Hold on. It's giving 5'9" today. You can't even argue that. It's giving 5'9". I did that. Oh my God. All right, listen. We're gonna get into the stream that Chantal did a couple of days ago, like things are getting bad. Okay, here's the thing. Yesterday she went live, of course, tired and got nothing else to do, so she's going to, lean on the internet. For the most part, yesterday's stream was boring in my opinion. It's like a bit repetitive and, you know, she's tired, all these things, whatever. What stood out in that stream was the weird interaction that her and Salah were having over her getting off live stream and like the powers, like when it comes to her sleep. It was weird. It was actually weird. And I saw tweets where people were like, oh, they hide it, this to that. I don't like Salah. I think that man is a lot of problematic things. But I actually do believe Chantel when she says that he doesn't indulge in drugs. I do believe that. Even though, yes, I know he had other things surface, him barking like a dog, being unfaithful, wanting someone to shit in his mouth, all that shit. Like, I get that, but I don't actually believe he does drugs or would dabble in drugs. I actually do believe he don't fuck with that. I just think he's goofy. They're really hot. They don't have electricity. He's sitting in a room with a smelly ass pig who just recently washed her clothes. I'd probably be hallucinating and laughing and doing the most too. Is Chantel above doing drugs? No, but I actually don't think Salah has taken anything. I think he's just childish. Like he really is childish. But I don't know. I don't know. But that exchange was kind of weird and you could tell he was getting on her nerves. And then he kept trolling with the chat and then like modding people. It was very weird. And you could tell Chantel was getting more and more irritated because she also hasn't slept. It was really funny, but that was like the highlight of the whole stream, in my opinion. It was very interesting. I would have shut that shit down regardless, but that's just me. Chantal gonna sit on live stream because she ain't got shit else, nothing else. Kwanka's recall. Hey boo, thank you so much for being a member for 4 months. I'm Jewish. I have/had fam in Israel. I have never felt anti-Semitism here. The Discord community is welcoming and supportive. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. And again, if there was something said or something I did, just tell me. That's all it is. And I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Again, if there's something said, I'm sure someone will bring it to my attention and have no problem presenting what it is and just stop throwing out stuff, you know? But again, boo, thank you. 4 months. Thank you so much, boo. K Bear, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for standing on business. Also love the eyeshadow. It's giving unicorn sunshine. I swear, if it's not y'all who bring it up, mind you, ask me what's sitting right here. Literally the makeup so I could tell y'all. Thank you so much, K Bear. Thank you. So today, and shout out to the viewer. I saw it within the last couple of hours. There's a viewer who was actually time stamping when I talk about the makeup and listing it in the comments. First of all, no one has to do that, and I probably should be better with that. It's just I'd be tired as fuck, y'all. I do a lot when it comes to this YouTube stuff, but the fact that you're taking your time out to do that, thank you. I'll be going back after this to actually pin those comments. I'm probably gonna just start pinning them, but to you who is doing that, thank you for real. You don't got to do that. And if, I was looking, I was like, are they listed? Shout out to you. Today I used the Zulu. Yeah, the Zulu palette by Juvia's Place. I went in with, these are not listed, don't ask me why. I went in with the bottom row here. Now, this is what you mostly see on my lid. It's not fully showing on camera, and it probably has to do with my internet, but we're not going to talk about that right now. It's actually gold and pink, like gold and pink reflex mixed. But I think on camera it's mostly showing gold, but it's actually gold and pink. And then I went in on the outer part with the purple and I mixed in some black from a different palette. And then I blended with the pink. Hopefully that made sense the way I said that, but that's what I did. It's just showing more gold, but it's actually gold and pink. Like in person, you would see it. You would really, really see it. But on here, With my internet, not so much. And then on my lips, I went in with the Nima Tang collab that she did with Dose of Colors. I lined with the liquid lipstick, the brown one. Love this thing. And then I went in with this in the center with the NYX lingerie. I think this is exotic. Yeah, exotic. So this is pink, but because it's blended in with the brown a bit, so it comes in a little darker. So it just comes out looking nudish. At least on me. At least I think so. But that's what I'm wearing. As far as that. For those who care. I know not everybody cares. But thank you. Thank you, K Bear, for the reminder. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Maddie, thank you for the super chat. F a racist and a bigot. They're not welcome here. That. And I know this is like a talking point that happens a lot, like, oh, you're woke, da da da. Yeah, when it comes to marginalized groups, our quality of life literally depends on being woke. And for those who are like, oh, you're woke, yeah, so what? And I could fight. You can't beat me. You can't go toe to toe with me when it comes to words over the internet or when it comes to real life. So yes, I'm the woke creator who also could dog walk you online and offline. Now what? See? So yes, I'm the woke one who can also dog walk you. I love that for us. So Cappuccino, thank you so much for the super chat. Charlie clocked in even on her booster blanket. One day, y'all gonna see. One day, I'm telling you that meet and greet gonna come, and I'm gonna be having them Doc Martens on, and I'm gonna be towering over y'all, and y'all ain't gonna know what to do. You're gonna be like, damn, that bitch tall. Yup, because of Doc Martens. But that's not the point. Still, that's not the point. Thank you again, Boo. Lilies, thank you so much for being a member for 1 month. I'm actually getting more of a like 5'11" energy today. Don't gas me. Don't gas me. Thank you. Thank you. See, you see when we just collectively agree that I do look tall, these conversations go by easier. They do. Look, I didn't tell them to say that. They see what they see. They see a tall bitch. Thank you. Mm. One day somebody's really gonna believe I'm tall, and it's gonna be such a disappointment when they see me around. Are you serious? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the gift. Wait, did I? Is this? No, you joined. First of all, thank you for joining memberships, boo. Thank you. Just Jamie, I did see you post their channel. When it comes to the creators in this space, y'all could do that. Y'all could do that. I think I've made it clear I don't have a problem with that, but definitely check out Are You Serious? Thank you, boo. Cami Ba, hopefully I said that right. Thank you for speaking for Muslims. Listen, thank you. I don't actually believe in thanking people for standing up for like right things. I don't actually believe in that. What I want to respond, thank you for saying that, but more importantly, thank y'all for just helping me understand a bit more. I'm not Muslim. I'm not. But like my lived experience is not that. So there's a lot I don't understand. There's a lot I still need to learn. I might sit up here and say some fucked up shit that I didn't realize. My thing is, I want to have viewership. I want to have supporters who are not scared to check me on that. Hey, correct me, because that's not my intention. Unfortunately, impact outweighs intent. If a lot of y'all will put your fucking guards down when someone says, oh, actually, what you just said was racist, and be like, oh, wait, what is it that I said? Because that was not my intention. Just help me understand so I could correct it. Like, I'm not up here to do that. I could drag bitches without being bigoted. I could drag bitches without doing half the shit y'all bitches out here doing. And I want to make it clear again, Cammy, that energy is not towards you at all. Thank you, but just if I messed up, or let's just be open to listening and learning. And I have a lot to learn. Like I don't know a lot of shit. I'm never gonna pretend I'm the smartest person in the room. No, that's weird. Rachel G, thank you. As always, thank you. My theory is God fell asleep at the Earth control computer and their faces pressing the batshit crazy button on a repeat. Only explanation for Chantal in 2025. 2025 has been it's been something. It's been a lot. Thank you, Rachel G. And I know people talk about like retrograde and stuff like that. I don't understand that stuff, but low key, I'm like, I think we've been in Mercury retrograde like all year. I know I don't understand what it is, and to the people who understand that, I don't mean that offensively, but it's just like, did Mercury retrograde stop? Like, how long is it supposed to go? Can it take a break or like, no? Like, can we get a moment, please? Let's get a moment. Um, and thank you. Are you serious for gifting the membership? I appreciate you, boo. Thank you, thank you. Melissa, thank you for upgrading to Supreme, and you do have access to the Discord. The link is in the description for the tutorial to walk you through if you have an issue. All right, for everybody else, I'm gonna get to y'all in a second. I just want to get started. It's about 30 minutes. I try to get, because y'all know I talk a lot. I try to get started within 30 minutes because you know I'm a yapper. We'll be here forever. Um, so let's see. Oh yeah, I want to piggyback off of this just in case there's any confusion. Amber's Dingling brother, their comment. We all love. We have all kinds of people in this community: Jewish, Muslim, Christian, atheist, pagan, black, white, young, older, gay, straight, bi, cisgender, MB. Sorry, just everybody, etc. Everyone is welcomed here. That. Not all opinions are welcomed. So hey, that's on you. But yes, everyone is welcomed. And I try my best to be as respectful as possible to viewers, to supporters, even when we don't agree with stuff. But the respect stops at some point. The respect stops when it crosses certain lines. That's all it is. That's all it is. Let's see. Oh, wait, it just restarted? Retrograde just restarted? Wait, it's until August 18th? That's a whole month. You know what? Let me get into this. I do not have time for this. I do not have time for this. We got a month left of that. Oh my God. Okay. It makes sense why FFG's brother has been out here just running his mouth. We'll talk about that probably next week, but the next stream about what it's about FFG, it's about something completely different. But retrograde is a lot. Retrograde is a lot. And to the people who's like, that's not FFG's brother, shut the fuck up. Yes, it is. I've never seen some shit like that happen in this community. I've never seen a reactor sibling come out and like breadcrumb exposing them. I've never seen that. Chantel's sister never even did that. That's why I've been sitting here just screenshots following this. And damn, he talks. He talks. You know, let's get into this. Let's get into this because, baby, we got a lot to talk about. And then we'll pivot over to Chantel's twin with my next stream. Let's get into it. I don't want to come on camera right now because I'm I'm hot and I'm not wearing a hijab. So all right. I already see things are going nuts. We are okay so far. I fell asleep for a few hours. Like before I went to bed, Israel had bombed, I'm sure you saw in the news, Damascus, the security buildings. They bomb areas close to Dara. And I woke up and Salah, unable to sleep, of course, he heard the bomb. There was a bomb pretty close to us. I forget the name of the area, he said, but anyway, there's a military base there. Do y'all remember when Chantel first got there and it was sunshines and rainbows? It's like she just arrived to like either Disney or a like majestic safari. So just to hear this now, and we're gonna go on to hear her talk about like her knowing all these possibilities, which literally contradicts everything she was saying when she first got there. But just to know she went from arriving to this magical safari, or depending on the talking point, it was like this high level, weight loss clinic. And then reality hits. It's just like, no, bitch, no. She'd actually be more helpful, and I'll talk about it a bit further in the stream. Chantal being there makes things worse. If she really wanted to support her family, her husband, Julia, she'd be best not being there. It would be a lot more helpful, but it's Chantal. She doesn't think outside of herself. And she goes on to say she doesn't care. Like, even when Salah, told her, she doesn't care. And that's the problem. She doesn't care. So whenever I came here, I guess I didn't understand I thought things were a bit more stable. Yes, I understand what I'm doing. Canada advisory, avoid all travel. When do I ever do what I'm told to do? Okay? When? I'm a rebel. But so yeah, she thought things were a bit more stable. No, Chantal took away what she wanted to take away from the things Salah told her. Because people were like, girl, are you sure? She's a rebel. She's a rebel. I said it a few streams back. Chantal thinks her privilege and defiance, stubbornness and stupidity, is bulletproof or something. Is missile proof. No. There is nothing she added to this that can possibly help Salah by being there. The only thing this helped was her loneliness, her codependency, her control issues. Because let's be for real, it's very different tracking Salah when they were both in Kuwait and he's just maybe a few miles down the road versus being in Canada and tracking him in Syria. What is she going to do? Even if he's not where he says he is, or he's supposed to be or whatever. Chantal went there because she's a selfish bitch. And she's very stupid. There's also, she's stupid, she's dumb, she's desperate. There's so many things that to describe this, but that's what it comes down to. And I have a clip in here that will help understand or maybe paint the picture. I don't think people really need it, but just in case, a reminder who we're dealing with, especially if there was an emergency to happen. It's I also knew at the same time, this is not surprising to me at all. She said it's not surprising to her. Wait, this Chantal right here? Would you say Syria is safe? I would say, which is why that clip is from 2 weeks ago. She looked over to Salah. Would you say Syria is safe? Because there were a lot of viewers who had concerns. She looked over to her husband and said, would you say Syria is safe? She didn't even wait for the answer. You know what? I would say it is. Yeah, it's safe. 2 weeks later, they're listening to the city close to them being bombed. Okay. All right. Okay. I seem a bit calm because I knew there was still a lot of sectarian conflict, and that's what's happening right now. And it's not just that, it's I think there's more behind it. I knew. I'm really tired, guys. I woke up in the middle of the night. It's yes, she's tired, but Chantal's also, here's the thing with Chantal. Yes, she is tired. I do believe everything with the power and the CPAP, she's probably groggy, all these things. But also, one of the reasons Chantal is tripping up on her words is because she's actually trying to remember and parrot the things that her husband has told her to say. Do I believe she looks into some things here and there? But for the most part, she's just parroting whatever Salah has explained to her. And then she's trying to repeat it. And then, she got to sit there and handle the rebuttals. The people who are actually, let me correct you on this. Actually, let me correct you on that. When she first got there, Salah literally lied and said, unless he just didn't know. I don't know this what's in this man's mind, that the Canadian embassy was like, "Oh, no, it's not." That's literally not true. You can search that. So she's says these things and it sounds so unsure because she has to remember what she's parroting. And she also has to be prepared for the criticism and the people correcting her in her chat. And it's Chantal, she's already dumb as fuck to begin with, so it's kind of hard. Let me actually catch up with some of these. Hold on. Ari Darling, thank you for being a member for 4 months. What do you want to bet he was just annoying because he's pissed she's there, useless, and him being there is her fault. No sympathy for him because it's his fault. I think he goes back and forth on that. And thank you again for being a member for 4 months. He probably goes back and forth when it comes to that, because eventually it is going to be her income to help with certain things. And I get it. She don't got access to her money. She's going to get that shit transferred wherever she got to get it transferred. If it takes 3 hours to get to a location to get it, they going to get to it. Chantel is the same bitch who sat up here and told literally thousands of people his life depends on her, his quality of life. She said that during the whole scandal with him cheating. Please. She forgets. She may delete it, but the internet's forever. Don't get me wrong, we've been new, but please. I think he goes back and forth with that because she is gonna make things harder by being there. She's always barking like, "Oh, can you do this? Can you get up and do it yourself?" She doesn't have a professional setup. Get up. Oh, you need to get up. She don't know how to work whatever it is with the solar and all these other things. He got to do all that. We saw what happened when she tried to light up that gas stove thing. Chantal is a useless bitch. She's actually a liability being there. Very much a liability. So, but she don't see it that way because it's Chantal. Badusi, dirt neck looking fupa cream brown crusty dream. A brown crusty dream. Okay, let me stop. Sorry. Thank you for the super chat. You didn't say anything. We all know who it is. It's Miss. Let me throw it in. Let me throw it to the fan and let me see what sticks. They can try. They can try. If we thought that booty groups wore a bunch of goons and drones, hers is worse. And they be out here struggling. One of my favorite things is seeing Chinyans like try to like argue, and I know it could be annoying, but I enjoy it. Personally, I enjoy it. That's why when people be mad at like FFG saying certain things, like there's certain things it's just like, bitch, you're tripping. Okay, we're gonna have to drag you for that. But there are certain things I actually do enjoy FFG saying. Like anytime FFG calls somebody ugly, it makes my day. Even if it's me, it's just like, bitch. Actually, hold on. No. Because I have some things saved for our next stream, but let me hold on. Hear me out. When I see FFG, and we're gonna get back to Chantal. You gotta remember this is her twin sister. So sometimes we're gonna talk about the family versus just Chantal. Anytime I see FFG call somebody ugly, all I can think of is this. Like, bitch, no, you didn't. Ma'am. You could talk about whoever's looks you up, but ma'am, come on. You can't make it this easy. That's why when you be like, how dare she? Bitch, let her keep going. This is gonna be fun. Ugly. You right. Ugly as fuck. Yep. Ugly. Me. Yep. Absolutely. I'm ugly. Yes. Yep. We could go with it. Hold on. I got another one. Hold on. I know she's not on camera often, so it's hard to like actually show these things, but hold on. I got you. Look, that's my first reaction when FFG calls somebody ugly. I just gotta pause and give them the side eye. Like, ma'am,
ma'am. But you know, it's not that big of a deal. Talk about looks, it's whatever. But just remember, girl, there's a reason you're pretending in 2025 you can't get a webcam or pretending you don't have one. Like, please stop. Please, like, go back to the drawing board. I'm not saying we're not able to get dragged, but you gotta go back to the drawing board. Let's really think that statement through. But yeah. And for those asking, that's not photoshopped. No, that's not. Those are screen grabs from the last time she was on camera, and she knew never to come back after that. Let's get back to Chantal, her sister.
I wanted to go live, and because my data plan is weird, and I have the most data from 1 a.m. to 9 a.m. and then during the day after that I only have 20 gigabytes of data. So if I want to upload anything, if I want to go live, I need to do it. So before I came here, Salah tried to warn me, you wouldn't want to be
I
without your
advise you
husband.
to not come.
I know, but I want to be with you.
He warned her and also asked her not to come. Why? Because she would be no help.
I wouldn't come here. If you're not here, I wouldn't rent this.
Yeah, I know you did it for me. And obviously because my husband is from Syria, I was, always aware, mostly through him, of situations in Syria. And maybe I was that a gunshot?
Yeah.
So if she was aware of situations through Salah even prior to showing up, why was the gunshots, why would that be surprising? Why?
Why?
Chantal is in Syria, hearing a gunshot and asking why she's hearing a gunshot. Okay.
Fireworks.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm gonna tell myself. Fireworks. He has a lot of loved ones here. He has a lot of friends here. And so we would worry a lot about them as well. And just, I knew that things were unstable. The government infrastructure is very fragmented, very unstable. Until I traveled to the Middle East, I never realized how much Western media makes you think that this place is like super dangerous. And now I'm sure that it's just...
K-Bear, you like how your comment literally lined up with the clip coming up? Guys, Syria was being misrepresented. It's not super dangerous. Yes, she's driving by buildings that have collapsed, have, bullet holes through them, and there are people who are clearly struggling, and, gunshots, but the media got it wrong. There are nice armed people who smile at her, and that's all it takes. Guys, there are olive trees outside of her home. How dare you think there are any issues in Syria that are that dangerous? There are olive trees outside of her home. That is obviously evidence that there is no danger there. There's olive trees. Hello? You guys are worried about what's said on the news. You guys are worried about that they've gone through what they've gone through for the last 15 years. Focus on the olive trees. Focus on the nice men with guns who smile. There are people feeding her every day. Focus on that. And don't worry about the documentaries that are, being uploaded damn near every day about the struggles that the people in Syria have. Olive trees. Hello?
Complete chaos. They bombed I think very near the presidential palace, the government buildings, and now one thing is Israel seems to be targeting the government bases, not civilian homes, but the surrounding areas. I think they've said that there's a
When she said that, it pissed me off. Like, oh, they seem to be, focused on government buildings, not civilian homes. Civilians have died. Most of the time, it's civilians who are dying. Bitch, shut up. Like, it makes no sense. And I will not be playing it on my channel, but there were clips circulating when they were getting bombed. And you see these cars, like, these buildings are getting hit, and you see these cars are going flying. Let's not even talk about who's in the buildings. As of, I want to say it was 2 days ago, it was at least 400 people dead, and I'm sure that number has probably doubled by now, unfortunately. This is one of the reasons why I knew Chantal going live to just say, "Hey, I'm okay." I knew if it was anything more than a community tab post, it was just going to be annoying, because it's just like, shut the fuck up. Literally, one of the monuments she had filmed, I want to say maybe it was last week, was something that got destroyed. It's Chantal. Let's just,
at least 400 people that have died so far. I'm not sure if that's accurate. That's what I heard. I don't know if I'm able to leave. I don't.
the fact that she's sitting here and didn't even check. Here's the thing. Let's just pretend, okay, she wants to be there for her friend. Let's pretend for a second Chantal isn't the person we know her to be. Okay. She wants to stay with her family, figure out a plan, but there's no planning. Oh, I don't know if I can leave. Did you check? Do you have an exit plan? Literally, she is winging all of this. Okay, she's there. What happens if something, unfortunately, even in the rural area that she sounds like she's in, something happens there? What is the plan? Oh, you don't have one, it sounds like. She's so dumb and weird. Like, that's why I titled this stream the way I did. Like, literally, no self-preservation in sight. This bitch is dumb.
Yeah, they're just bombing everybody at this point. I mean, Syria is pretty much defenseless. They don't have.
You know who else is defenseless? I know. It's going to sound crazy. Chantal. She's barely mobile. She said it in the previous stream. She just started moving her body again. This is the most mobile she's been. Very defenseless. And no, I'm not saying that there's a world out there where she'd be able to tackle missiles and bombs and no. She's also very, very defenseless. Salah, I believe, could run. Salah, I believe, can run with Julia. Chantal, no. Say if an emergency happens and they got to get out of there, like truly get out of there. Chantal slows them down. So this whole idea, and we'll get to that when she's like, oh, I'm going to protect Julia with my life. Bitch, you're not even protecting your life. You can't protect your life. So you can't protect Julia. This is the same bitch, and we'll get to it, who's out of breath walking down the stairs. It takes Chantal damn near 15 minutes to get down one flight of stairs. How is she protecting Julia with her life? Please be for real.
Missiles and sophisticated military equipment. So, no, we can't go live in Canada right now because immigrating to Canada is a huge process. And it takes.
I want to get to this comment. Nadine, I live in a peaceful country and have a basic plan if we get attacked. I don't expect that of most people, but I definitely expect it of someone living in a war zone. Literally, they're like just banking on, going about this on vibes. Remember, we don't understand the vibes. We never understood the vibes of Syria. It's weird. It is so weird to me. Roos Boo, hopefully I said that right. I meant to ask you yesterday, actually, how I said it. I want to thank you for yesterday. That's all. Love you. Thank you, Boo. You don't have to thank me. You do not have to thank me. Um, and I want to make sure I say this. For those who don't understand, some of what happened in the Discord did involve Roos. And baby, let me tell you something. You handled yourself a lot better than most. A lot better than most. I came in late to the conversation, but baby, by the time the second comment came around, it would have been disgustingly disrespectful. I don't have to be respectful to people who want to spew bigotry. I just don't. So the fact that you actually were as respectful as you are, thank you. Thank you. And I'm sorry that exchange even happened because that's my Discord, that's my space. I just want it to be good and safe for all of us. So thank you. Quack Attack, thank you so much for the super chat. When are you doing a height reveal? Remember for years, people were like, weigh in, bitch. Well, they didn't say it like that, but still, weigh in, bitch, weigh in. Now people are gonna be like, height check. Maybe I should do one soon. I probably should. But if y'all call me short, I promise y'all, I might actually just stand on a chair if I can angle it, or maybe stand on like a step stool and then go with that. But tell y'all I'm standing on a step stool and go that way. Because I just know the comments are gonna come. Because I am actually 5'4", but genuinely, I think I could pull off, like genuinely, like no jokes. I think I could pull off looking like if I was to say I'm 5'5", maybe 5'6", I feel like it would be believable to some people because I do think I give a couple of inches more, but I am actually 5'4", but still. Thank you, Quack Attack. But remember, when it comes to this space, I'm 5'8" and taller. 5'8". Jessica, thank you for the super chat, boo. Hi, Charlie. Today, my grandma passed away. She lived to be 94 years old. She was a pure souls. I will miss her terribly. Love you, Charlie. Jessica, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for your loss. Please, y'all, send Jessica some love. I'm sorry for your loss. In 94 years, please, please, please. I'm never going to say grieving's easier, no matter the age that a loved one passed, but just I hope you find peace in knowing the amount of years they got to live and all the memories I hope you guys got to share. And just hold on to that, okay, boo? Please hold on to that. I hope this stream does something for you, whether it be a laugh or whatever, even distraction. Thank you for being here, and I'm really sorry for your loss. Grieving sucks. Like, sucks. Stephanie, thank you for the super chat. I've got a work Zoom meeting in less than an hour, but just want to show love and let you know how much I adore you, Charlie. Thank you so much, Steph. Thank you, boo. I appreciate you. Cyberspace, thank you so much for the super chat. Charlie, did you see? Everybody pause. Cyberspace, my people. Mind you, me and Jackie was just talking about this in Discord. Charlie, did you see a CEO cheating on his wife at Coldplay? The CEO summer sacrifice has been made. Baby, did I? Jumbotron, baby, the way they ducked them fucking cameras, it screamed affair. Like they couldn't even play it off. Like maybe if he did a little, like I don't even know how you would play that off, but baby, you comfortable. That's not the first time you've wrapped your hands around that woman. They ducked from them cameras quicker than Chantal and Salah was fleeing Kuwait. They ducked. First of all, why would you be front and center like that? You know there are cameras in the stadiums that circulate. If you trifling like that and you sitting in the front of the balcony, keep in mind, I think this man, I don't know if this is true. I saw a tweet. I have no idea if this is true. I didn't look into him. But I saw a tweet saying this man might be a billionaire. His wife, I think, took down her socials or changed something with her last name on social media. Baby, she about to get paid. He screams no prenup. I don't have the facts, but he screams no prenup. Baby, his wife about to get paid. Ma'am, I don't know who you are, and I know that probably sucks because Jesus, this story is going viral. So it's one thing to get cheated on. It's another thing to get cheated on in front of millions because this story has gone viral. But baby, as awful as it sounds, yeah, I'd rather cry over a trifling ass piece of shit, with a nice little $250 million settlement over possibly, being in like a 1 bedroom or possibly in Syria. You know what I'm saying? No shade to Syria, but you get my saying. Like, is it going to be tough? Yeah, but that settlement, and again, I really feel there's no freedom. That settlement is probably looking like a minimum of 250 mil. Baby, you will be just fine. You will be just fine. Take him for everything he got. Everything. And there was something that was posted. I think it was his response to everything. Baby, we don't want to hear that. Cut the check. Cut the check and make sure it's hefty. I want his soon-to-be ex-wife to never, well, she probably hasn't been lifting a finger for a while, but she needs to never lift a finger ever again in life. In life. If she wants to pay for someone to come brush her teeth in the morning, she should be able to afford that. Although that could be problematic. So maybe not that. Maybe I'm doing a little bit too much. But I need his soon-to-be ex-wife to never have to lift a finger at all. And pour into yourself. Do not worry. Yes, this is embarrassing, heartbreaking. I don't know if they have children. To be cheated like that is heartbreaking. But baby, just focus on the settlement. Keep your head in the game. Don't say nothing publicly because I don't want any words she says on social media to take away from what settlement is coming her way. Cash the fuck in. And if it ends up being 400 million, perfect. But I think she looking at a minimum of 250 million. Oh, they got 3 kids? Oh, please tell me they under the age of 18 because I need that settlement and child support. Please tell me they're under the age of 18. Because he looks a little older, so they might have grown kids. I don't know. Can at least one of them possibly be under 18? Because I need child support stacked onto that, if possible. I want her cashing in. Oh, no nudes. It's the CEO who went to a Coldplay concert. And you know how they got the cameras panning and sometimes they'll do like the kiss cam or whatever? This fool was hugging up on the head of HR of his company when the camera was put on them. They ducked. It was so obvious that they weren't married to one another. And then one of the members of Coldplay kind of called it like, ooh, awkward, So yeah, she about to cash in. She's about to cash it. Oh, they're little. Yep. Settlement, alimony, child support. Cash the fuck in. Ma'am, you will never see this. I'm nobody on the internet, but just know I am rooting for you. I am rooting for you. Unless something problematic comes out about you, then sorry, no. But as of right now, I am rooting for you. It's okay. Cry into those silk pillowcases, okay? Cry in that multi-million dollar home that you're going to buy cash off of that settlement. Yes, you got to start over, but you're going to cry in a different space. Okay? Don't worry. Don't you worry. Let's get back into Chantal. Different tax bracket, but let's get back into that.
It could take a year. There's just no way.
That annoying girl, just want to cry in that yacht, baby. That part. Okay, back to Chantal. My bad.
Let's check and see if I can fly out ASAP. But I don't know about that. Like, Salah doesn't seem to. He thinks that it's gonna stop. Like, there's apparently a ceasefire now in place recently. So hopefully that holds. There's been ceasefires before and they were broken as fast as they were made. But the government here does not have I don't see them retaliating, and like hopefully the ceasefire holds. That's basically what I can say. So yeah. For now I'm staying put. Um, we are, knock on wood.
I want to agree with this here. Moonface Pandu. I actually don't think Salah will make it over here either. I believe that's one of the reasons he's holding on. And for the people, and this is why I say Salah probably goes back and forth, right? Yes, Chantal, hinders him being there, adds more stress and all of that. But I think in his mind, Chantal might also possibly be a way out. He doesn't have many choices. So yeah, that big ass, stinky, sweaty ass boulder in his mind probably is a way out if things get too bad, being her husband. I get it. We don't, we speculate on if it's, let's just say it's real. Maybe in his mind, being attached to her as her husband might be a way out. And I think he's holding on to that. I don't think it's ever going to actually happen. I do not think it's going to happen. And even when you listen to Chantal talk about it, it's obvious she knows it's not going to happen. But Chantal's one of those people where she says these things thinking she's trying to convince strangers on the internet, and really she's just trying to convince herself that what she's saying is true, and it's not. Like, he's not seeing it. Sorry. Some Polish chick, thank you for the super chat. Mercury and Gatorade fat. Listen, I've probably said that. I probably said it wrong a few times. Mercury and Gatorade. Period. Thank you, boo. Holly D, thank you for being a member for 2 months, boo. When we know better, we do better. Love you, queen. Thank you. Thank you. That. And again, there are going to be times I need to do better. It's okay, y'all. But thank you, boo. Rapping skills. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the super sticker, boo. I appreciate you. Say she said, wait, yes, say she said, thank you so much for joining memberships. Welcome to the Gold Cluster. Welcome to the Gold Cluster. Oh, by the way, you guys may not have noticed, and I want to make sure I say this first. Thank you for the support. Thank you for all the members. You may not have noticed, but the intro with the song, I actually had to make it longer because of the amount of members that I have. And I'm trying to make sure I fit everyone and have you guys in there because I want to obviously showcase you guys. And, you guys fuck with the music and the edit and everything. But for those who may not have noticed, the song is going a lot longer because of the amount of membership. So thank you for the people who support me, and to the people who can't, because I've seen people say this, like, I'm sorry, I can't. What are you apologizing for? I'm grateful. It's not owed to me, but thank you for supporting me. I do take time on these edits and I do try to bring my best. And when I am consistent on the platform, the support shows. So the fact that I had to make the song longer and the edit longer to make sure I could fit a lot of you guys in, well, all of you, because you're all in there. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Genuinely, thank you. And I will keep doing my thing, keep editing, keep getting better, keep trying to make this, like digestible, enjoyable, entertaining. I don't know. But thank you guys. Spiteful Pinky Jean, thank you for being a member for 3 months, boo. Thank you. She won't even groom that poor cat. She's not protecting shit. Oh, we're gonna get to it because there's a clip of Julia. We're gonna get to it. We are going to get to it. Whoever did that to Julia is fucked up. I know crackheads from back in the day that would have done a better job. And I'm not kidding. That whoever did that is fucked up. I want to say it was probably Salah because I couldn't imagine they took Julia to a professional. I just don't believe that. It's just like, and when she posted it, I had to look at it twice. Like, who did this and why? We'll get to it. Hey sis, it's Chris. Thank you for being a member for 4 months. Her privilege blinds her from actually seeing the truth because she believes it would never happen to me because I'm Canadian. Let me add to that. And white. Let's never forget that part. It's Chantal we're talking about. And I agree. Thank you, boo. Lollipops, thank you so much for joining memberships. You are supreme, so you have access to the Discord, boo. Let's get back into it. Hold on. Oh, Melissa, hold on. Thank you for the super chat. Charlie, you are 6 foot. That and my husband said, hey, I was gonna say husband like Chantal. Let me get it together. Hey, hubby. I was about to say husband, but no. Hey, hubby. 6 foot. Period. Period. Thank you, Melissa Boo. Thank you. Okay, let's get back into it, and I'll get to the more of the support. I appreciate y'all so much.
In an area where there doesn't seem to be any military. It's a very insignificant. We're not in, right smack in Damascus, although it was a bit jarring to see the exact location that we were just in our vlog, like the Damascus sword.
Why was it jarring? I thought she knew all this. I thought Salah educated on everything that, she was supposed to expect. She came into this fully knowing all these things. So why was it jarring? Why?
In that square with the roundabout, we were there, It's not easy, and this is just general search. If you search the amount of places somebody with a Syrian passport can travel to, it's very limited. We're just gonna see what happens.
Again, and I know the things I say become repetitive, because it's so limiting is exactly why Chantal shouldn't have made things worse in Kuwait. Because the truth is, for the time she was in Kuwait, we never heard them talking about some gunshots, talking about they had to stay home because of their safety and all these things. Now they're in a different environment. They're in a different country. And Chantal can try to spin this however she wants. They are there due to Chantal's actions. I'm not saying there wasn't something that may have caught up to Salah soon, but it's clear it caught up a lot faster, if that was the case, due to Chantal not shutting the fuck up, thinking she can always speak her mind and not understand that she's not in Canada. Yes, freedom of speech, not freedom of consequence. What is the consequence of her running her fucking mouth? They had to flee the country, a place that they were safe. There's a reason Salah hadn't gone back to Syria since he was a child.
Right now, hopefully the ceasefire holds. If things get a lot worse, I'm sure there's a way I could definitely leave, but it's not going to be so easy for him, and I'm not going to leave him. Honestly, I know you guys are probably way more worried for me than I am for me. I feel like, I know most people won't understand that.
Pat Ray, and this is not me coming at you. I see it both ways. Let me just read your comment out loud. Hard disagree. He jumped at the chance to beg for donations for the cat, the fake vet appointment, etc. Pooh Boy chose his fate and the timing. Don't get me wrong. I don't believe he had all great intentions with this relationship. I do believe he's in it for the wrong reason. So, hey, he did it to himself. But let's not forget there were times that he was actually reading what people in the chat were saying about not taking the cat and about how they were going about it. And he was trying to present it to her like, hey, they're saying this, maybe we shouldn't do this. But Chantal, because she's defiant, she's always going to get her way. There are times that I have seen Salah try to be like, hey, let's maybe not do this. Let's maybe not do that. And he just ends up just doing what Chantal wants because Chantal's going to get her way. Remember, this is the same man who was trying to convince her to walk on the treadmill and she was going in on him through a whole tantrum. He ain't shit, yeah, but I've seen him attempt to give a different perspective, attempt to say, hey, maybe let's not do this. Hey, maybe let's do this instead. That's the only thing. I don't feel bad for him, but again, Chantal made things worse. If there was something coming down the line where he would have had to leave, she rushed that process. There was no plan. They just had to leave. Sadly,
But that's how I feel. My mom, I don't tell her these things, but I'm sure haters will. Unfortunately.
A reminder about her mom.
My family was really shocked. My mom was like worried. Like because
The timing of that laugh, that was 2 weeks ago. Her family was worried, and she's gonna go on to say, like, they don't understand the vibes, blah. And he's laughing in this moment. It's just like, not only was it ridiculous that he would laugh about her family being worried, if he fast forward 2 weeks, that aged even worse. Like, and here's the thing, as much as Chantal want to say, "Oh, I don't tell my family these things," chances are her family is now keeping up with what's going on in that area. I get it. A lot of people have different opinions on Chantal and, on her family or whatever, but it wouldn't be shocking to hear that her family's now trying to keep up with what may be happening in Syria, because the big ass toddler who doesn't listen to anyone just went off and chased her husband to a war-torn country. So even if Chantal isn't telling her family what's happening in real time, they probably see it and they're probably scared. And that's another thing she doesn't think about. Her behavior and her actions have an impact on more than just her. Not even just Sala and the stress she adds there, but the concern when it comes to her family, especially since they're the ones who get her out of trouble half the time when she has to rush back to Canada. Unfortunately. It's Chantal will always be a selfish bitch. And I get it, she's grown, live your life, all these things, but it's okay to live your life and also remember, hey, my behavior may have an impact on people outside of me, my loved ones.
if you've never come here, you don't really know the vibe. I don't blame you. I wouldn't leave my husband or pets either. Yeah. And Julia will be all right. I will guard her with my life, do what I can.
Before we get to this clip, Chantal just said Julia will be all right. She will guard her with her life. Unless she's planning to stand there and become a bulletproof vest for Julia, God forbid something crazy like that happen, in what way is she going to be helpful? If they had to run out of their place or go take cover, what is she supposed to do? I want to remind y'all, just a couple of months ago, this is Chantal walking down some stairs. And I want to remind y'all, part of the struggle that she has is because she's carrying a purse. Imagine carrying a cat. So, in the case of an emergency, let's just see, and this isn't an emergency, this is not. Let's just see what Chantal's mobility looks like. Let's just see what she could possibly do if she had to carry a cat out of a dangerous situation and run. Let's just see. Take it away, Chantal.
Hold on. My bag is heavy, folks.
I'm gonna just guess that a cat weighs more than a bag. Okay, let's go.
We made it. But we'll see.
That was a simple walk down the stairs. Yeah. Hey, maybe something will come over her in the case of an emergency and she won't be the dead weight that she is. That's Chantal walking down the stairs and struggling while carrying a purse. That's what that is. Crazy to think that she went out there. Clock Goblins, willing a willing minion. Thank you so much for the super chat. Word on the street is that the wife used to be the mistress that he cheated on his first wife with. Oh, if anyone has that info, send it to me because I actually want to follow this story. Not even for content, just because I just want to follow it. Don't say that. Y'all know y'all lose them how y'all get them. Why? This is not confirmed. This is just, you know, a rumor for now, I believe. And for anyone confused, this goes back to the CEO story, the one at the Coldplay concert that we were just talking about. Oh, please don't tell me she's one of those. Wow. Bruce, thank you so much, Boo, for the super chat. You've built such a beautiful community. Again, the support I got means the world to me and hubby. So also thank you guys for yesterday. No problem, Boo. We got you. We got you. When it comes to around here, we got you. Thank you again. And tell your hubby, I don't know if he knows, but tell him we got him too. Anal Smeezes Jesus, attorney and therapist. Thank you for the super chat. Wiping them eyes with $100 bills. Baby, I'm blowing my nose with them. Okay. I know that might actually be unsanitary, but guess what? With millions, that doctor's bill is nothing. The way I'd be probably having an IV drip. You know how rich people be having them IV drips? I don't know how often they do it. That's outside of my, pay grade and tax bracket. So I don't know if it's like a once a week thing or once a month thing. Maybe the IV drips that I would have. I probably would never touch a steering wheel ever again. Yeah. Oh my God. Imagine the cleaning service that you could pay for. If I ever, truly ever won the Mega Millions, one of the first things I'm doing is hiring a cleaning crew. Because I do all the cleaning. I do like to clean. I like a clean environment. But could you imagine hiring a cleaning crew? And I know this is very tone deaf because we're talking about Syria, so I should probably stop this conversation because there are literally people out there dying. So I don't mean to come off offensive. I'm just saying, like, these are things I've thought about. If that was to ever happen, am I ever going to win the Mega Millions? No. Would I do better things with the money? Obviously. But like, just to have someone come in every week or every other week, oh, that would be like a dream. Rich people, I don't know how y'all do it. But baby, the things that I would do, it would be reasonable, I think. I'm trying to think of something stupid I would do. That would be like, girl, it's because you had the money. I'm trying to think. The only thing stupid I would do that I can think of if I won like the Mega Millions, if it's someone I really, 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 really don't like, and this is just dumb shit, but I'd have the money to fight the lawyer stuff, is maybe I'd have like a whole bunch of manure dropped off on their front lawn. And say if they live maybe in an apartment complex, maybe do it at their parents' house. Like if their parents live just have like a whole bunch of manure dropped off on the front lawn, and maybe like pay the company to like not say it was me, like maybe throw them an extra like 50K. Hey, by the way, my name's Jane Doe. If this gets investigated, right? And they'll be like, yeah, 50K extra, absolutely. I do something stupid like that. But outside of that, like I try to do, help out my family, make sure they good for life, stuff like that. But let's get back into it. I should probably shut the fuck up.
See, like if it gets much worse or there's going to be a full-out war, I'll find a way to get out of here. Don't worry about it. I don't... Definitely Julia, yeah. We'll protect Julia above all, for sure. Brooke, we don't need reaction channels to list countries that he can go to. I'm sure he's aware of that. No offense, but...
Okay, if he's aware of that, what plan do y'all have in place? She want to be better just because there's some reactors listing places he can go. Okay. It doesn't even sound like they have a plan in place. That's just something that creators are discussing. The fuck she pissy about?
If you're using that as your news source, I appreciate you guys being worried, and I hate worrying people, So when I came here, it's not like I was completely, I see a lot of people saying, you're delusional, you think that it's just a picnic there, and I never ever thought that. I knew what I was coming into. No, they're really nice. Honestly, there's
She knew what she was coming into. Clearly, rainbows and sunshine. Look.
Like military dudes with big guns at every stop, like everything, and they're so nice. They're really nice. I knew how unstable the government, how unstable it was here. There's still a lot of internal conflict. I haven't been reading the comments much, like, because I'm just trying to get out what I want to say. Say, times like this, it's important for you to know your neighbors. Find a women's prayer group or try to socialize. Your normal isolation mentality will hurt you in times like this when community matters. Thanks, Say. No, we do a lot. We're hardly ever alone, actually.
Listen to this. If you are away from your device or anything, I need you to listen closely to this right here. It was very telling, and I was just like, oh, please listen to this closely right here.
And I kind of had a mental moment because of that. Like, we're just never alone, ever. I just don't ever film people we're with, like, ever, ever, ever. So, but we are always with people, you know. Today we didn't really, because we did go out today, and then whenever we came home, that's when all hell broke loose.
So what she just said is that her and Salah are never alone. They're always with, say, someone, you know, from their neighborhood, community, maybe his friends from that area. And she pretty much was having a moment, probably through a tantrum, because they're never alone. Wow. I found that so funny. And I'm just like, first of all, even before we really understood a lot about Salah. Remember when Allah was uploading those videos of Salah being with like their friends? He actually seems like someone who enjoys being around others. And now that he's in Syria, community matters way more than it did even in Kuwait. Community matters wherever you are in the world. I think it's truly something that we need as human beings, but especially living in a place like Syria, he needs that. And it just sounds like all day, every day they're around people, and she does not like that. No wonder she's moving her body so much. Hey, she got him in that situation. She needs to keep up. She needs to keep up. I found that very interesting, and I wonder what that tantrum sounded like. And what is it that she wants them laying around doing? They're limited to electricity. They're limited to the internet a lot of the times, it sounds like. So what is better than being around people and not being alone? She struggles to be alone with herself. And he's struggling to build a life, a sustainable, possibly safe life out there. I just found that interesting. I was like, oh, they always around people? And it sounded like she threw a tantrum? Please tell us more. That's what I want to hear. Not her spewing the things that Salah told her that she clearly don't understand. Please tell us more about this tantrum. How did it happen? Was it in front of people? Did you cry? Was it because she couldn't get up off the ground? Like, how did it start? How did it end? I'm sure he probably got her like a snack or something, like maybe something sweet, and then she calmed down, but still. I thought that was very interesting. That, right, Sassy? They used to always do that. Like, oh, we watch this, we watch that. That's not an option. And in an environment like that, in a country like that, imagine just sitting around in the house. That's probably depressing as fuck. Yes, being around other people who understand what's happening, who, I don't know, it probably just helps. Imagine just sitting in a house where it's probably like 95 degrees with the fan blowing on you all day, every day, and what, looking at each other? The fuck is that? So I found that very interesting.
I did some shopping, so I have like just a bit of grocery shopping, and I cooked here, so I have a video of that coming out. And then after that happened, so we are en route to a supermarket for. So
I decided to weave in the clips from her going to the grocery store. I did not include the whole video, but I just wanted to go over a few things. I barely even keep the grocery haul in there because, like, I didn't, whatever. And we can see, what she ended up cooking. But so the video that she uploaded, we're gonna go over that in just a moment. But before we do, let's go on a quick break. We need to hydrate, check on our pets, get our skincare together. 1 moment.
You ain't got enough of this fever, I know, I know. Nothing would remain and you don't wanna go, so go. Cause you're picking your place, no time to waste. I wanna love you but life doesn't wait. You can't stay here and waste away. You need to taste every mistake, fall out and get up again and again. Again and again and again and again. I'll be with you always. You don't need to be afraid. And I'll meet you up, I'll meet you at the. I'll be with you always. You don't need to be afraid. I'll meet you up, meet you at the end. Don't you know what happens to dreams you don't follow? They crumble. You know I can't stay. What you're getting so hollow. So go. Cause you're picking your pace, no time to waste. I wanna love you, but life doesn't wait. You can't stay here and waste away. You need to taste every mistake, fall out and get up again and again. Again and again and again and again. I'll be with you always. You don't need to be afraid. And I'll meet you up, I'll meet you at the. I'll be with you always. You don't need to be afraid. I'll meet you up, meet you at the end. No time to waste. I wanna love you, but life doesn't wait. You can't see and waste away. I'll be with you always. You don't need to be afraid. And I'll meet you up, I'll meet you at the. I'll be with you always. You don't need to be afraid. I'll meet you up, meet you at the end.
I don't care what anyone says, it will never get old. I think it was Moonface Pondu. Damn it, I lost your comment, but Moonface said, they said I'm gonna be on the next season of Big People Little World. I forgot the name of the show, but when I read it, I fucking laughed. One of my favorite things on break is to see you guys reacting and then see you guys drag me. And I don't know. It's so enjoyable to me. See, you got to learn to like build that type of environment with your community. It just never gets old. It never gets old. It's the best. It's the best. I don't care. There's times I'm like, damn, maybe I should switch it up, but like, I love it. I love it. I'm sorry, I love it. The Petty Fetty, thank you for the super chat. Cry in different countries, his alimony pays for. Baby, you see how Chantal want to travel? With a divorce settlement like that, baby, I'd be streaming from a different country all the time, different background. Shit, one day I might be streaming from a damn yacht. Okay? Streaming from a damn yacht. Actually, I think I would switch it up. Like Mondays would be Maybach Mondays. So I'm sitting in a Maybach and streaming. And then what would be Saturdays would be yacht Saturdays. So then I'm streaming from a yacht. Wednesdays would be probably chill. I'm streaming in the backyard where you see my big ass pool and the jacuzzi on the side as well. And with that type of money, everything's shut off. Super chats, all that is shut off. You are just here to laugh at some shit with me because, like, oh, could you imagine? Could you imagine? I'm trying to think, what day would I be like going to Paris? Like one of the streams I would have to do in front of the Eiffel Tower. I don't know how that would work out, but with that type of money, clearly hire security, rent out a space, and then imagine doing a reaction in front of the Eiffel Tower. See, this is why I'm never gonna win. I would do some dumb shit. I like saying your name like that. I don't know why, but thank you so much for being a member for 1 month. I love that song, and I know you're talking about the intro with the supporters. Thank you. I love it too. And because I always get questions, it's always linked in. Wait, no, it's my outro that's linked, but it is there. I made sure to mark it. Steph, thank you so much for the gifted membership, boo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Fit and Curvy, the longer the intro, the more I can that booty bounce. 3 for 1. Fun intro, thanking members, and exercise. Okay. There's a couple of times I don't think I realized I'll be dancing so hard a bit, moving a bit too much in the intro, and then you see my equipment moving, and I'm just like, damn, this is not stable. This is not stable whatsoever. Thank you, boo. Cyberspace, poll idea, not Chantal related. Related, which is worse? You mean AI, right? I hope that's what you mean, because that's what I'm gonna do the poll on. AI music or AI art? That's actually a good question. Now you got me thinking. I think I know the answer. I'm gonna make the poll. But before I do, some Polish chick, welcome to the Gold Cluster. But above all, welcome to the Welfare Fund. Ready, set, EBTs, EBTs, EB titties. Thank you so much for your support. And thank you for adding to the hopes that I never get on welfare as much as people want me on it. Thank you for participating and supporting the cause. I appreciate you, boo. Malarkey Meter, thank you, boo. 19 months. Thank you so much. That chop job on Julia reminded me of when you're a kid and and you cut your Barbie's hair. No, or when you do it yourself. I don't know if I ever told y'all one time I cut bangs on myself. Don't ask me what I was thinking. I did it in the bathroom with my friends. It was horrible. I had to go to a salon a couple of days later and have it fixed. But that's what it's giving. There's no way a professional did that. And if they paid for that, like, oh, they got them good. Malarkey, thank you for the 10 gifted. To the new members, welcome. To all the new members that are getting gifted, thank you. I'm going to press play, and then I want to make sure I get cyberspace, their poll up. Give me 1 moment. Let's play this. Where is it? Right here.
First time here in Syria, and I thought I would take you guys along. I'm sure you're curious what it looks like inside of one. I have no idea, so yellow. I'll show you guys now what it's like. Here I am. Salah's filming me, looking at the pickles and the various sauces here. It's interesting to see what kind of ketchups different countries have, and this is a Dura brand of ketchup and mayo and mustard, and they had barbecue sauce, and they had all the comfort condiments you would find in any country, really. Cheddar cheese. Here's the cheese section. This is like a popular Syrian cheese. I love it. It's very salty, very good.
There's here also.
Oh yeah? And we have more cheeses here. Labnehs, butters, cheeses. Well, they're loading up the groceries. Very hot. No AC in any stores, but that's normal here. Some probably do. A lot of the little stores here don't. But they had fans, and I filmed what I could because it's very small and a lot of people were talking to us and helping us.
I didn't include the clip, but I really wanted to remind y'all, it was when they were in Kuwait. Chantal actually had to stop grocery shopping with Salah and go wait in the car. I don't know if you guys remember that. I don't believe she had said it in the video. I think she had said it in the comments, which is not surprising. She's not mobile. So I can only imagine the struggles that she has there. And keep in mind, the grocery store that they're in, they don't have a lot of the food that, she would want to have. And as we'll get into the meal that she was able to put together, I think Julia would be able to put something better together, but hey, I guess that's the best that they can do, which it is what it is. And unfortunately, there are people, as much as I'm going to judge the meal she made, unfortunately, there are people in Syria who don't even have that. And with so much happening around her and her just being oblivious and just ignorant with some of the shit that she's saying, it would have been so nice to see Chantal change and see where she's been privileged, because I do believe people have the ability to change their views, to change their thinking. It's just not Chantal. It's not Chantal. Would have been dope to see, sure, but it's not going to come from someone like Chantal. Even with everything going on in Syria, and this is just me pointing out my stupidity. The morning that a lot of us woke up to like the news, because obviously we're following stuff in Syria, the morning that we woke up to that news, one of the things that I thought about, which obviously is just like sadness because this is happening in general to innocent people. The night before, and yes, big back, greedy, fat ass that I am, I actually had called up one of my sisters. I'm not kidding. I called, well, a FaceTime, one of my sisters, because the Pillsbury Oreo, um, the Oreo flavored Pillsbury cookies were not in stock anywhere in any of the Walmarts in my area. I even looked through Target, all of that. And it was something that I was craving. The night before this, I'm literally FaceTiming my sister about some fucking Pillsbury cookies. Annoyed. I'm like, bitch, are they in your area and you could maybe ship them to me? Because I've been craving this shit and I can't find it. I'm so annoyed. Literally a conversation I had the night before over some fucking cookies. And then I wake up and I'm just like, oh, bitch, you are tripping. You were really sitting there. And do I need that as a reminder? No, I have family in Haiti. There's so many things that we work towards when it comes to helping my family, but it just put a lot in perspective. I was like, last night you were actually complaining about some fucking cookies. There are over 400 people dead, unfortunately, right now. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Like, I just didn't say it when it was happening because I was just kind of like embarrassed for myself, because I do get to live a life that does have a lot of privilege. Like, I do. Do I have my struggles as a Black woman in the States? Yes. But there are still things that I will never experience. There's a lot. And the fact that my fat ass was sitting there literally making a call over fucking cookies, it's just like, all right, bitch, get it together. Like, literally, there are people dying. So, it's just, I have to sometimes get myself together, check myself. And it shouldn't have taken that, obviously, but with some of the stuff with Chantal being there and we're choosing to still engage in her content, it does remind me like life is hard, but there's certain things we still are not experiencing, even through those hard times, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Very interested that I'm from Canada, so yeah. They don't get a lot of tourists in this area, I'd imagine. But we got a few things. I'll show you what we got after when I get home. We're on the lookout for some home supplies, a few things that we couldn't find here. It's mostly food items and stuff like that. Some hygiene things and stuff like that. All right, here's the damage.
I know when she's talking about damage, she's referring to the groceries. Please, y'all, look at this cat. What did they do to poor Julia? And I saw this comment in the chat earlier, and Ano Sneezes Jesus, I saw it coming from you, and I thought about this, and I agree. I think the real reason they had to shave down Julia is because Julia probably does have fleas or something. Like, this chop job was for more than just shaving down mats. Especially because Chantel's been like itching. I don't know what it is that they have at their place. I didn't fully watch that stream, but it was like a couple of streams ago. She was itching a lot due to something being in that home. And that's probably why they shaved down Julia. So Anal Sneezes Jesus, I agree with that. And it's a shame. It's just like, let me show y'all again. Look at poor Julia. Look. It's just like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Again, I do think Salah probably did that. Chantal won't even brush her cat. It's very clear. So I'm thinking maybe Salah did it and that was the best he could do. I just don't see them taking her to a professional and a professional doing that. Again, I don't know much about that, but that's what I think. That's what I think, and I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Hold on, let me get caught up with this. Let me see. I'm a little behind. Wait. Okay. Ooh, Worshnifer. Worshnifer. And I might have said that so wrong, but thank you for the gifted memberships. I appreciate you, boo. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. New members, enjoy. Bunnies make me happy. Cute name. We all know Julia would fight to run from Chantal. Yeah. Yeah. Very much that. She would be no help in an emergency situation, referring to Chantal. Ano Smeezus Jesus, thank you for the super chat, boo. Wait, you can reach a steering wheel on site. You lucky I don't want to waste everyone's time by going back on break, but that deserves me going back on break, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Thank you, boo. Debbie's World, thank you so much for the super chat. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great weekend as well, boo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Rachel G, I'd use the CEO money to buy my own. Listen, Senator, baby, I'd be buying a few things, throwing money a few different places, but I'm with you. Think about the money. But if she really was Mitch, we gotta follow this low key. I wonder if there's a creator dedicated to following this story. If anyone knows, thank you, Rachel G, of any creator who is going to be following this CEO story, can you just tag me on Twitter? Or if you're in the Discord, just tag me. I will follow this. Not even to make content, just because I want to follow it. Please help me out. Please help me out. Mel's, thank you so much for becoming a member. You are supreme. Welcome, welcome. And you have access to the Discord, boo. Just Jamie, thank you for the super chat. I can't see Oh, thank you. I can't see Chantel's weight loss, but Charlie, you must be doing the damn thing. Do I see more cheekbone today? By the way, I have to run soon. See you in Discord. Thank you, boo. Baby, it's slow. It's slow. It's slow, but it's coming. It's coming. There are days like, because you're your own worst critic or whatever. And thank you again for that. Thank you. There are days I see, and then there's days that I'm just like, well, it didn't happen overnight, but as long as I keep going, keep trying, because I really, really, really try. So I'm just like, and obviously for those who don't know, I am taking weight loss medication. So no, I'm not doing it alone. I'm using it as a tool, but I need the help. It's clear. My big ass needs the help. And I have no shame in that. I have no shame. That's why I don't understand how people are trying to shame people who are getting help to lose weight. But another stream. We'll talk about that on another stream. Chuck and his ducks. Thank you so much for being a member for 2 months, boo. I bet she means that she can't fit her Vagisil. That's the hygiene thing. I bet all the Syrian pounds on that. Oh, could you imagine all the things she is? Because I think she just got a toothbrush, right? Or was it toothpaste? It was one of those things. Y'all remember that? I know some of y'all get mad when I say this. Y'all remember that dirty pussy haul she did? Because Nader convinced her that the reason they had the STIs is because she was dirty. Chuck and his ducks, thank you again for being a member for 2 months. The things we know about this woman should never, never have been on the internet. Shadow Midna, thank you so much for being a member for 3 months. Another theory, maybe Chantal is itchy from taking Percocet. You think so? I hear you could get them over the counter in Syria and opiates make you itch. Really? I will say this, if that's the case, if that was to be the case, I still stand by my opinion. It's just Chantal. I don't actually believe Natter's on anything. Damn, you could get that over the counter. What else you could get over the counter over there? And this is not me endorsing something like that, but damn. We'll know sooner than later. You know Chantal can't hide shit. We'll know sooner than later. Ugh, she playing with fire. Let me close out this poll and then we could get right back into it. Let me see. The question was, let's see. There were 395 votes. You know more y'all could have voted, but I appreciate y'all. What do you think is worse, AI art or AI music? 59% said AI art, 40% said music. I agree with the art, and the only reason why, because I'm counting like videos and stuff as the art, some of the stuff that AI is doing is actually kind of scary a little bit. And I don't want to be one of those people because I know people get annoyed when people say that, but like the things that are being created from AI is just like, y'all not nervous? There are actual creators, like influencers online being created out of AI. To the point, like, you got to really look closely to see, like, oh, this is AI. This is not a real person. I don't know. Stuff like that concerns me, but I'm not pretending I know everything about AI or any of that, but that's like weird. That too, Nixie. AI is art. AI art is theft. Like, and it's not just the jobs that it will take. I just think the impact it will have is greater than we realize. And I know a lot of people are having these discussions, but there's a part of me that's like, I don't think we really know what's coming. And I don't want to, you know, like sound ignorant on the topic, but Klanka, thank you. Relating to my weight. Aunt Charlie's a Black woman, higher risk of things like heart disease and diabetes. Fuck other people. Take the meds and take care of your health. That's that part. Very much that. Very much that. Like, there's things I could have done better, and I'm just doing what I got to do. Granted, I removed the topic, but thankfully, I have other skills, I guess you can say, that can help with content. Let's get back into it, y'all. Poor Julia.
Excuse me? All right, so here's my first home-cooked meal in Syria.
It's for someone who has, and let me be clear too, I don't want to make it seem like I'm above a meal like this. Like I would tear that plate up, not from Chantal cooking it, like from a cleaner environment and someone with more sense, definitely would tear that plate up. But, as someone who's a diabetic and in a place that's already struggling, their healthcare system is already struggling, it's just like, go ahead, girl, carbs on top of carbs. It's her life. It's her life. Because, yeah, don't get me wrong, I would tear a plate like that up. Not from Chantal. Not from Chantal. I like a lot of variety of foods, but
Syria. So it's just pasta with some fresh bread with some cream cheese on it, but it was delicious and we enjoyed it a lot. After I filmed our dinner and everything,
that's when all the bombings happened, all hell broke loose. And Salah, I'm kind of just going with his, you know, I think he's been watching the news very closely, talking to people, and
So what plan is in place? What plan is in place?
he just thinks that it's just to give it a few days or whatever, see how it goes. He thinks it's gonna just stop. So yeah, I'm not just gonna tuck tail and run. There's no way. There's no.
She's not going to tuck tail and run. First of all, Chantal can't run anywhere. Second of all, Chantal would be more useful back in Canada. I wanted to touch on this only because I only believe only a few people understand. One of the reasons a lot of people leave their home countries is to give their loved ones a better chance at life. The chances that the opportunities that we'll have is not something available to them. So, for example, like, okay, I'll just use Salah's family, right? Let's just say Salah still had a lot of family back in Syria. His dad got them out of there. The money he's able to make and maybe send back to their family is more helpful than them being there. So let's take Chantal as an example. She wants to be there for her husband, mind you, not helping in any way. If she thought outside of herself for a second, there may have been, granted, yes, it's Chantal we're talking about. She's irresponsible and all of that, but there may have been things she could do that would be a lot more helpful being in Canada, working on maybe getting him out of Syria, working on maybe just building something more stable where, okay, if he's there for a few months, let me get my ducks in a row, let me get something secure. That's what a lot of people do for their families. That's why when there's this argument, especially when it comes to the state, like the states, like, oh, if you're so proud of your flag, go back to your country. Those two things can coexist, where people are very proud of the country that they were born in, but can acknowledge, due to the struggles that are there, the only chance that they can have at maybe having a better life is in a place like the States. That's why, for example, my family, we're always sending stuff back to Haiti. My mom was born in Haiti, but my mom is, well, for decades now, she's been in the US. She's a US citizen. And the reason, it's not that my mom isn't proud to be Haitian, she's very proud to be Haitian, but she also knows the quality of life that is back there. So what does people in my family do? We work hard in the States to try to help our family back in Haiti. Like someone like me, I'm no good in Haiti. Granted, I was born in the States, but let's just say I'm no help there. I'm no real help there, but I'm helpful here because I could make an income, and a dollar looks very different. The American dollar it goes far in Haiti, just like it would go far in Syria. Like Chantal doesn't think like that. There's a reason why I have family members who were born in Haiti who are not living there. They know their best bet to help the people who are trying to just make it out there, our family, our neighbors, is to be outside of Haiti, working hard and trying to honestly get some of our family out. And for those that we can't, we're making sure they eat. We're making sure they have shelter. We're making sure we take care of a lot of things. I'm sure there are people I know this. There are people in my family that would love to go back to Haiti, but it's not safe. It's not safe. And as sad as it sounds, come September, and it's something I just don't talk about just because I don't want to get into it, but come September, I have family members and I have loved ones who actually have to self-deport and go back to Haiti. People who have built lives. They have until September, I believe, and they're going back there. And that's something else we gotta, as a family, figure out. I'm no help there. I'm helpful here. That's why when I look at this, I look at it from a different lens than some people, because I'm not saying Haiti and Syria are exactly the same. I'm not trying to compare or minimize what's going on in Syria, but I understand having loved ones in a dangerous country that sometimes people go without food. So that's why I'm a bit more passionate. But again, to anyone in Syria, I don't mean that disrespectfully to minimize what y'all got going on. It's just I feel like I understand a bit. That's what I mean. Let's get back into it.
No way. My husband would never put me in a situation. Well, Katie Kate, can you explain how my husband put me in a situation when he told me not to come here because he was worried about me? Like, so to put this on Salah is just stupid. Absolutely ignorant. This is not his fault. You know, and for people who wouldn't come here, you're not me. You're not married to somebody in the worst situation in the world. One of them. You don't have love for him like I have, so you'll never understand that. It's not about trusting his judgment when he told me not to come. It's that I didn't care. I don't care about the danger, like, in a way that you guys think I should. You know what I mean?
Because she's stupid. She's stupid, defiant, and just desperate, and can't think outside of herself. Oh, I'm not, I don't care about the danger. Imagine being so privileged to sit there and think you are above the consequences that these other people are facing. The amount of people that wish that they had the ability that Chantal had to leave. Oh, I don't care about the danger. Well, that's one of the reasons if the danger finds her, I don't give a fuck. I don't. I genuinely don't. I will never really care about someone, well, on top of her being a bigot, who's that privileged, who could sit there and just not actually realize what this is. Yes, do I believe Salah's sugarcoating some shit? Yeah. But he can't sugarcoat those gunshots. He can't sugarcoat those buildings that they're driving past. She sees what it is. And if she actually tried to not be as selfish and work through the issues that she has and just take her ass back home, be there for your family that way. Because she's more useful if she actually wanted to be that outside of Syria. But Chantal's going to take whatever she thinks is the easiest way out. It's so stupid. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. And I don't care if anyone has a problem with me saying that. I didn't put Chantal in that situation. Choices, those are her choices. They have consequences. I don't care. I would feel bad for her family. Because no matter how much of a menace she's been, that's her family. And at the end of the day, families, they gonna love you through a lot of shit. They still gonna support you through a lot of shit. And it sucks. It is what it is. Dumb bitch.
Because I knew about it coming here,
No, she didn't.
So I leave him and then what? I'm safe and he's not, and
work on a plan to get him out. It's not that hard.
No. Sorry, but what happens, I don't know what we'll do, There's like a few countries he could go to, and then after that visa is over, what? He has to come back here or travel to another, It's just, we have Julia. It's just like, I don't know. I think it's better.
I agree. Hotboxing CO. If she really cared, she would work to get Salah and Julia out of there. But see that word right there? Or actually, she would work. Those 3 words. She would work. That does not go hand in hand with Chantal. As someone who has sponsored family to come to the States, it's work. It's work. You're not just sitting on a couch making phone calls. It's work. It's something she's not going to do.
To just ride it out a bit, but we'll see. That anxiety alone would kill you. No, I'm all right. I'm all right. No, we.
So someone just said the anxiety alone could kill Chantal, with the danger and with everything's going on over there. She just said, no, she's all right. She's all right. So I need to get on camera. Sorry, I was just switching out my diet drink real quick. So the danger, the bombings and everything going on out there, she's all right. But earlier, this is what had her panicking. She's going to be all right with everything going on. But this had her panicking.
We do a lot. We're hardly ever alone, actually. And I kind of had a mental moment because of that. Like, we're just never alone, ever. Trying to leave.
So she had a moment where she obviously lost it in some sense because they're never alone. That got a reaction out of her from them never being alone, but not the bombings, not them hearing gunshots right outside their door. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. It's yeah.
Now is more dangerous. Yeah, honestly, so what we're being advised to do is just stay put, stay in the house. So we're just staying in the house.
And I know this is going to come off like a reach, or maybe you won't agree. In a weird, twisted way, this is what Chantal wanted. To be able to stay in the house, even though it's coming from a very tragic, ongoing situation. Really think about, now they have to stay home. Well, because obviously she's not leaving. Really think about that. Because that's what Chantal wants. She doesn't want to go out there. If anything, maybe go sit in the car, start it up, throw on the AC. But that's what Chantal wants for them. For them to always be in the house, watching something, eating something like they did in Kuwait. Now she gets to do that. That's the sad part. There is a part of this that I believe, it's just my belief, Chantal enjoys this. Because now they have to stay in the house. If Salah's like, hey, hon, let's go do this. No, we should probably stay in the house. That's what she wanted. She's tired of being around people. She's tired of being around Salah's community. She wants them to be in the house. That's the sad part. Disgusting.
He asked you not to come because he fears for your well-being, a huge responsibility with you there. He's got to be far more stressed. I think he would be even worse if I wasn't here now.
That does not make sense. That does not make sense. Salah would be more stressed if his wife was in a safer environment. How does that even make sense? Chantal says these things out loud in hopes of like convincing viewers, but really she's trying to convince herself. That does not make sense. Why would your husband be more stressed if you were in a safer environment? That makes no sense. And I know it's not the same thing, but I just want you to understand my thinking, like the way I think. My grandfather, because through the years, obviously, we've had a lot of conversations. He's passed, but I remember when he used to talk about because my family's really big. Every time he was able to get one of his kids out of Haiti, the peace he would have. Because my grandparents had 12 kids. So obviously it's a lot. It's a lot. But every time he had one of his kids be able to make it out of Haiti, he slept better. He was happier. He wasn't happy to be away from his children. He was happy at the idea that his children, my aunts, uncles, my mom, was having a better chance of living a safer life, building a better quality of life, versus the violence and everything that happens in Haiti. It's not that he didn't want to be around his kids. He just wanted the best for his kids. And the best that was for his kids is them being out of Haiti. So it doesn't make sense to me that Salah would be more worried if she wasn't in the dangerous environment with him. My grandfather stayed in Haiti and made sure everyone left before he would even attempt to leave Haiti. I don't know. To me, that's love. It's not that he didn't want to leave, it's that he needed to make sure his kids got out. In his mind, it's fuck me. I need to get my kids out. There's a chance for my kids to have a better quality of life. I don't know. It's just, I don't get that thinking. And I think she's just saying it to make herself feel better, personally. Let me see. Katie Nicole, thank you for being a member for 5 months. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I saw what you guys were saying in the chat. Thank you. I just didn't want to stay on it just because I try not to bring that type of stuff to the platform. But thank you for all the kind words. Thank you for real, y'all. Anos Smeezus Jesus. Thank you so much for the super chat. A demon never wants its prey to be around others. I mean, that it's so I don't know how she doesn't hear herself and see these things the way others see it. And I know part of it is because she will never want to admit that she's a lot of these things, but it's true. K Bear, thank you so much for the super chat. This is feeling more like a hostage situation, but plot twist, they both are holding each other hostage. They are. These are two scammers that got scammed. These are two fucked up people that ended up together and fucked each other over in different ways. That's what's funny. Like the situation with Syria obviously is just like shit, but these are two horrible people that got together and are fucking each other's lives up. The only difference though is Chantal, no matter what, at least for now, still has a place to go, still has the privilege of flying out, as long as, you know, it's allowed in Syria right now, of flying out and starting over in a space that's safe because she has that with her family. Salah's limited. But Chantal doesn't want to go to Canada because of the effort and all the work it would take into rebuilding her life and doing things for her husband, say if they are still together. She doesn't want to put in that work. She'd rather sit in a country where there's a chance a missile will come right through her fucking front door than, God forbid, go back to a safer country and work hard. Really let that sink in. She'd rather be in a place where she can hear bombs in the distance than be in a safer place where she could be a lot more helpful, but she has to put in work. That's who Chantal is, which is crazy. It's not about, oh, I'm not going to leave my husband, bitch, please. There are people, loved ones, who have to part from the people they love the most to make sure they can do more for them, be there for them. Yes, it's hard, but that's the sacrifice people make. She's not going to do that.
You know, that's what he's worried for me, but of course he wanted me here at the same time. Like, do you know what I mean? No.
He literally said he didn't want her there. But go off.
Like, thank God, you know, that I hope this doesn't happen, but he seems to have had the sense to find a place for us that wasn't, like, it's such a weird name, and it's like a small, it's like not, it's pretty close, like within kilometers of bombings.
I just want to remind you guys, it was literally just a few days ago that Chantal found out she wasn't living in Damascus. Chantal didn't even know where she was living up until a few days ago. She's been there for a little over 2 weeks. And she kept saying Damascus this whole time. Come to find out, that's not where she's living. She didn't even know her address. She is in a war-torn country. Didn't know her address. Yeah.
can hear them, but it's that close to where it's like red zone, you know? So that's another reason we're just trying to, you know, but there's not really, it's not like a full, it's not, I don't know how to explain it. I think some people forget that you don't owe anyone an explanation. Yeah. I could be in Canada, air conditioning, eating fast food and edibles. While my husband is here with my cat in danger. Yeah, I could really enjoy myself. You're right.
Granted, yes, that was a trolly comment, but she could also be in Canada working hard to make sure she gets her husband and cat out of Syria. She could just be doing that. Fuck the edibles and all that. Granted, we know she would indulge, but she could also be doing that. Just a thought.
Husband, what am I saying the word wrong, Nostune? How would you say it?
I had to play the clip for y'all. I had to play the clip. It's just like, girl, you made this too easy.
Yeah, and my husband!
Can y'all believe this bitch really went live to do that? The digital footprint that Chantal has left on this platform. Yes, I know she deleted it, but you get my point. Like, you know, the wife of that CEO, you know what she did? Or what she didn't do? She damn sure didn't go live to cry about her cheating ass husband. I bet you she cried in private and she's getting her ducks in a row. She didn't, my husband, bitch, no. I hope she fell asleep just thinking about the money pouring on her. Actually, I hope she gets a money gun. Mrs. Future ex CEO, I hope you get a money gun. Get a money gun. Do some dumb shit. Do some dumb shit. I mean, do great things as well, but do some dumb shit. Get a money gun. Why not? Why not? Get a whole money gun. Look, see, there's a reason I don't got that type of money because I would do some dumb shit. I would do great things as well, but gold plated money gun delivered next day with my name engraved. Y'all would hate me.
I'm not allowed to have a husband. I'm not allowed to love somebody. You know, I'm not allowed to have my own family. Like, yeah, it does give you a whole new perspective and gratefulness on life.
I don't believe Chantal, this experience would change Chantal's perspective on life. Let's just pretend for a second in an imaginary world. Her and Sala and Julia get to Canada. They get a stable living situation. They have income coming in, and they're not living, you know, above their means. They are living comfortably. Baby, the elitist shit that Chantal used to say would come flying out of her mouth. Chantal's not changing shit. She's just acting humble and acting like she's understanding because of the criticism she's like receiving. I just wanted to remind y'all of some of the things Chantal used to say. Granted, she used to say way more, but just a reminder of who Chantal is and to know that she's in this living situation now by choice. Interesting.
Exactly, you know? Bitch, you fucking microwave lean cuisines in your fucking hotel microwave. What the hell is your problem?
And now she is making pasta that looks like it came out of a can. And that is pretty much a delicacy for her now. Microwaving lean cuisines was a dunk. Mind you, what the lean cuisines do to her? There ain't nothing wrong with lean cuisines. Hot pockets, none of that. Did y'all see that gas stove unit thing that she's cooking off of now? Not a microwave in sight. Not a microwave in sight. See? She was too good back then. I bet she would love to turn on a microwave today.
You're the one who better get a job sending me $1.99, you friggin' cheap ass.
This is back when Chantal would try to shit on people who weren't super chatting 10 or $15 or more to say critical things to her, to give their opinions, to criticize her. I remember she used to do that all the time, just shit on people. Those $2, they kept adding up. There's a reason she was making all that money. But you better get a job. Look at you now. Look at you now. Those $2 was too good for her, especially since at the end of the month, her total check was like $15,000-$20,000. So she could look down on someone who's super chatting her $2. Look at where we are today.
Having fucking gas station wine at someone's house and going, just sitting there going,
Gas station wine probably sound really good right about now, don't it? And what the fuck is wrong with gas station wine? Okay. See, you got to watch your words. You got to watch your mouth. Especially when it comes to this platform and how lucky a lot of us have been, because truly, a lot of us make great income off of this platform. You got to watch your mouth because it could go away at any second. Nothing about this platform is guaranteed. Remember, she used to buy $70. Her wine bottles was $70. $70. Look at where we are today.
This is like a normal for the people who live here. Like this place has been seeing bombs and war and for many, many, many years. I trauma dump on you? How? You know you're not forced to be on my channel listening, right? Like,
And also, she's not forced to listen to the critics who have been able to make a platform and an income off of her. The same way she's going to be like, oh, you don't have to tune in. You don't either. See, that goes both ways. Chantal has a way of trying to speak down on people and say, oh, you know, she's not there to care about other people's feelings and all these things. And she's there to use her platform however she wants. Guess what? The people who criticize her, same thing. Same thing. So stop tuning in. Granted, I know she watches most reactors through other creators who cover us, but it never fails. Because those community tab posts that always end up coming down, it's stemming from her watching those creators. And she can't control herself. Because she's a reactionary, dumb bitch.
poor you, I trauma dump on you. Well, just tune out. You know, God forbid I talk about what I want on my channel. Which I'm not thinking about haters at all in this.
No, she was thinking about a lot of her critics throughout this stream. Please.
Situation. It's so self-important for people to think that I make any decision based on what others think about, like in times like this especially. Like, do you think I honestly care?
Chantel's trying to argue that she doesn't make decisions based off the people who criticize her. Literally, majority of her decisions are based off the people who criticize her, trying to prove them wrong, trying to spite them. The lack of self-awareness when this woman speaks, it's just like, girl, she has spent all these years trying to prove her critics wrong and hasn't learned. The more she does that is the more she's actually ended up in shittier situations. Literally, Little Owl, literally this whole thing. She does not get it. I sometimes and I know it might do long-term damage, but there are times I'm like, I wonder what it's like to like be in her brain for like 2 days just to see what that's like. Like, you know how Chantal seems to not really have shame? I wonder if you were to have that ability of just 1 week of not having shame or self-awareness like Chantal, like what would you attempt? Like what would you do? Again, there might be long-term consequences for trying to be in a brain like Chantal for a week. But sometimes I do wonder, like, what is it? It just sounds painful to be that stupid. It sounds painful to be that defiant. So it's just like, maybe like 1 week, just to see, like, what is it like to think like you? Maybe it would give us a better understanding. I don't know. I Pretty when you're drunk. Thank you for being a member. For 6 months. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi everyone. Happy weekend. Happy weekend, boo. Happy weekend. And I hope for anyone who drinks or partakes in that, make sure you're doing it safely. But for anyone who has any gas station wine this weekend, enjoy yourself. There is nothing wrong with that. One of my favorite wines that I used to buy, I forgot the name, but low-key, it was like $6. And I was put onto it by going to some like party. It was like a house party or some shit. I'm gonna find a picture and post it, but it was like $6. I don't even remember the name. I have to go back in the app and look. Like $6. I'd be fucking that bottle up. $70. What I look like? For what? The end result is all the same for the most part. Granted, I'm not like a wine connoisseur or like no stuff like that, but the end result is all the same. Drunk, having a good time, having great memories. $6, 60, 70. Give me the 6. The fuck? Where is it? Which of the Wildwoods? Thank you. I'm drinking gas station wine right now. You better have a couple of sips for me, please. Thank you. What's wrong with gas station wine? See, that's the problem. People, that's one of the reasons I like to see what happens when people have a bit more of success financially, because I like to see how quickly they forget where they came from. Baby, it didn't matter the income that I made on this platform. Don't get me wrong, there were certain things I elevated, but I ain't never forget. I ain't never forget. Sorry.
Like, that's so odd that people think that. Why does everything have to be an I told you so? This situation is bigger and beyond any stupid internet drama. You didn't tell me anything. When did I say that I knew the situation in Syria? But these things also, like, this is a new development, right? So people saying we warned you. You didn't warn me about anything. I knew how bad it was. I know how bad it is. Most dangerous impulsive decision?
Remember, no one warned her. No one talked about, their concerns. Right.
I don't know about that. It depends on your perspective.
A viewer just said this was probably the most impulsive, dangerous decision. That was the first day she arrived there. Chantal's response, she doesn't know about that. It's all about perspective. What's the perspective today with the recent bombings? What's the perspective today? Yeah.
I know I could possibly die here, and I'm not leaving. So I don't know what you're on about that. It's not about being defiant.
Yes, it is.
It's not about being defiant.
It's about being defiant, selfish, stupid, desperate. There's so many things to accurately describe everything Chantal has done, not only for years, but definitely in these last few weeks since leaving Kuwait. Defiance is a big part of it. She can argue it down all she wants. Defiance.
It's about, I'm not leaving my family here. Oh, I think I saw your comment about passing away. I'm not thinking about that, Tracy.
Tracy made a comment in chat about concerns of, that it can go that way, passing away. I'm not thinking about that. Okay. Imagine being able to hear bombing, the gunshots, all these things, and she's not thinking about the worst case scenario, which is actually likely. And that's part of the problem. She's not worried about that. Chantel still thinks in this situation she'll be fine, she'll be untouchable. And no, this is not me wishing that on her, but if you can hear bombings in the distance, it can possibly happen. But she's not thinking about that, y'all. Okay. I mean, okay.
You are in imminent danger? Like, that means immediate danger. I'm not right now. No, I'm not. You left them in Kuwait quick, fasting in a hurry because, yeah, but that's different, Snake Charmer. That's different. Like, the next day, like...
Just a reminder how excited and eager Chantel was to leave her husband and family in Kuwait.
When Salah came home, him and I were arguing on live. We continued to, like, he's like, why are you need to control your mouth. Like, he's always like, you need to control your mouth. So I said, you need to book me a ticket to Canada, like, stat, okay? And I was just like, the next day, like, a la tool, I was on a plane, Qatar Airways. You don't know.
She seems a little happy there. So I don't think Chantel has a problem leaving her family behind. Because she wasn't able to express herself as disrespectfully as she wanted. She was like, oh, I'm out of here. Left them. So this whole, like, I could never leave my family. No, you did it just fine. Just fine. Excited, actually. Vanessa, thank you so much for being a member for 8 months. I'm late, so I went back to the beginning. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, boo. Thank you for 8 months. And when you get caught up, hey, boo. Let's get back into it.
Know, like, the complete circumstances. You don't know what had to happen, how it unfolded, etc. after that. So I'm also not trying to downplay the situation. Like, we just don't know what's going, did I complain, guys?
Yes.
Like the super chat said, did I complain? Did I sit here and say, oh my gosh, like,
I'm happy you caught this, actually. Hold on. Seashell Cindy, you need, as in, and this comment is towards Chantel telling Salah, you need to book that ticket. Again, let's never forget what Chantel said when it comes to having a husband. She wanted someone to help her keep on track with life. That's part of the issue with how she fetishizes her partners. They were always there to assist her. What they can do for her, the control that she can have over them. Again, I keep pointing out the way that she barks orders and, like, can you do this for me? Can you do that? Can you grab this for me? Her partners are there to assist her. That's why I always, like, refer to Salah as, like, her butler. Why didn't she book her own ticket? Because that's why she has a partner to do these things for her. It's not that Chantel can't get up on a live stream and get her own bag, get her own charger. She has a butler right there. Someone who can't leave her so easily because they need her. That's who Chantel is.
What did I do coming here? Like, no. When did I ever complain?
And you lost the
Well, Salah's about to tell you.
challenge, by the way, of complaining every single minute.
No, I didn't. When?
Many times.
When did I complain?
Agree, Catsy. She wanted a personal assistant, and that's what she got. And that's what she got. That's why she can't get with someone who's actually stable, who brings something to the table. They'll have an option to leave. She needs to be with someone who can't easily leave her, especially once the flaws and the problematic behavior and who she is starts to really show. They could just leave, like, oh, I don't need this. But someone who relies on her, who needs her for them to have stability in their life, it's harder to walk away. And Chantel enjoys that.
I think that now that I'm here, he's, like, happy and just wants to stay put for now. And
He doesn't seem worried at all. I think he would, I don't know. You're helping him pay his bills. I haven't had access to money of my own since I got here, so no.
Even if that were to be true, they're going to get access to her money. From my understanding, and again, I'm ignorant when a lot of this, I'm learning as I go. If I'm understanding correctly, they would have to drive like a far distance to get to a place where they could withdraw a larger amount of money. And by larger, I mean like even just a few hundred. They'll eventually get there. Please. They'll eventually get there. There's no way what's his name? Salah's just there just to take care of Chantal, please. No. That time will come. And eventually she'll slip and say it.
But whatever. People are always going to think that. People are always going to think, we're not married, whatever. I'm so not concerned about little trivial things like that right now.
Please, issue.
Think what you want.
We will.
Who cares? Y'all are married. Both of your money belongs to each other.
Okay, listen to the tone and the way she responds to this. So a viewer said, hey, you guys are married. Like, you're going to share income. So this whole idea about who takes care of who, like you guys are a unit. Pay attention to how she hesitates with this response, because she still knows at the end of the day, there's no way Salah would be with her if it wasn't for the financial backing, if it wasn't for the money she brought into a relationship. Listen to the hesitation. Listen to this.
Yeah, that's true. Like, in a way, Superboy, like, it's not really, every married couple I know is like that. Yeah, they're a family, so.
She didn't sound too confident. Like, yeah, every married couple I know is like that. Like, yeah, they're family,
But after what I went through with, previous encounter, relationship with someone that's just awful, I just said I'm never gonna, I'll never be taken advantage of financially ever again. Like, there's no way. I honestly.
Before we get to the advantage that she was, because multiple things could be true at once. Yes, Snatter was with her to get money out of her, but let's not forget Chantal was out here trying to buy love to make sure that she had someone in her life that could not easily walk away. And when he didn't fall in line, she would take that reward away. But before we get into that, Diana B, you a nasty ass bitch. She's an ISIS bride now. Have fun with all of that. I've got to go take care of my minions, or it's going to be a mutiny over here. Catch you on replay, gang. I pray, and I will never say anything bad about somebody's kids, but I pray, if you're referring to kids, I pray your kids don't end up anything like you. I hope the world or someone else out there teaches them to be better than you. You're a nasty bitch. You racist, stupid bitch. But here, this is the attention that you wanted. This is the attention that you wanted. I hope you were at least smart enough to be wearing earbuds so that your innocent children didn't hear somebody have to check you like this. But I pray your kids end up being better than you. I hope that. But yes, see you on replay, bitch.
I did think I could buy him love. I did think I could, honestly, I'm not, like, ruin his life. What life? Did anyone else give him the opportunity to make $5,000 a month? Really? Really? Who here wouldn't mind having their reputation ruined for $5,000 a month? Who? I mean, who gives a shit? Dude, you're stupid. All you had to do was fake love me, show me the world, and I would have probably given you everything. Yeah.
Those clips I wanted to convey, Chantal pretty much saying you should accept, and let me be clear, this is not in defense of Natter. Fuck him. Again, he should be under the jail. You should be able to accept anything from me because I'm doing this for you, someone who needs me, someone beneath me. I would have given you all these things. You just got to stay in line. Do as I say. Please me. Put on this front for these strangers online whose opinions that matter to me for whatever reason. Never forget who Chantal really is. That's why I go in and out. Like, I have moments where I'm just like, oh, Salah. But then I'm like, no, you trash too. So enjoy your lives together.
And nobody should. A relationship is not 100-0. It's, and in his culture, it's more so on the man. And I think that's why he's so stressed out with me coming here, because he knows he has to take care of me. So I'm trying to be really self-sufficient.
We've literally listened to her not be self-sufficient on live stream in 4K. So let's just pretend for a second we believe that Salah is making sure that he financially supports his wife for a long time. Okay, he's working hard to do that, keep the house together. The least you could do is get up and get your own charger. When you're looking for something, stop telling him to look for it, get it yourself. You know what would also help Chantal be a bit more self-sufficient? Being mobile. Maybe she should have put that treadmill to work a little bit. Be just a bit more mobile. Be a bit more useful. Do you think when there's heavy things to carry, Chantal's really carrying them? No, we just watched a clip earlier of what it sounds like for her to walk downstairs while holding a purse. Do you think Chantal's helping carry anything heavy? She's a useless idiot. She takes up space. She adds stress. But she's a gift from God. She's a gift to Salah. I'm sure she still thinks in her mind, Salah should be very grateful for her. What has she done since meeting him? He's lost friends. I do believe the rumors about, nothing's confirmed, but I do believe some of the rumors about maybe his family not being as close since being with her. I believe that to be true. I could easily see that. What has she done? Everyone she ends up with always ends up a little worse after being around her.
And be supportive and being, not complaining about the situation. And I think I've been less complaining than him sometimes. Like, sometimes it's a new life for him too. He was never lived here.
Exactly. Salah has the right to complain. He's back in Syria trying to build a life, taking the whole load. Like, literally, it's him carrying that household. Mind you, a house he had to rent because she needed him to quickly get them a home so she could leave Canada in the apartment that she rented. He had to rush and do all of that. Had to figure out the solar, how to figure out all these things. Yeah, I would hope he's complaining. He has the right to complain.
Haley, I'm still being paid by YouTube for my videos. So no.
I wouldn't be so smug about that, because unless I don't fully understand, which is a chance I just don't understand, Salah went to sponsor Chantal, claimed that she had permanent residency. I don't believe that, but either way, with her status, wouldn't it be necessary for her to get a work visa? There's so much there that I feel like is similar to what happened in Kuwait, where she just thinks she could do whatever, but like, wouldn't that change mean she should be working towards a work visa out there? And again, I could be completely wrong and just not understand. But I genuinely think she should be doing that. It's Chantal, so she won't, but hello. Ugh. But she's still bamboozled. She still has her account in Canada. And I think because her account is attached to Canada, she could still do these things, but I feel like that's something that could still catch up with her. Again, I could be wrong, but I don't know.
People act like I'm the only person. I'm not talking about you, Haley, but people act like I'm the only person to make videos here. You know,
But does she know what those people have done to make sure legally everything's in place? You don't normally go into a creator who vlogs in different countries. They're not giving you, at least the ones I've seen, they don't normally give you a background of how they had different visas put in place or different things. They're there to entertain you and give you content. But there are things that go into play to make sure they're doing those things the right way. Most people don't give you that rundown. Just like, for example, when a creator takes a sponsorship, right? What you see is them doing the ad. What you don't see is the negotiations between the creator and the company. What you don't see is the talking points that that the company's telling the creators to make sure that they hit. All you see is by the way, this is fake. This is not sponsored. Fake, fake, fake. Guys, by the way, today's sponsor is Juvia's Place. This amazing palette. I've been using it for about 2 months. Well, I've been really using it over a year, but you get my point. I've been using it for well over a year. And when I tell you the pigment in this, amazing. And right now they're having a sale for X amount of dollars. Just use the code Charlie Gold, blah, 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 and get you one because I love it. You see this? Pigment. You see it? Paid off. Look at this. You can't argue this. You can't get this from other people. Like, you know what I'm saying? What you didn't see is the email that I had back and forth with Juvia's Place to make sure, oh, let them know about the sale. Let them know about the discount code. Make sure it's at least 30 seconds long. You don't see that. So she's like, oh, I'm not the only one out here. Well, are they sitting there listing all the stuff they put together to make sure that they're legally out there filming those things? No, that's not in the content. The point is to entertain. Make sure you keep viewers engaged. There's viewers who don't care about that. She's so dumb.
anyway, because you can always get out. More so than him, yes. If you see that, you know, I recognize that, but I'm not leaving.
Because she doesn't care. She's not leaving because Chantal still feels she's untouchable. And what is she going to leave to? If Chantal left, all she sees is work. That's what's in front of her. To leave Sala, even though everything that they have going on in their area means Chantal has to work, put in effort, do things for herself. She'd rather risk being dead than put in work. And that is crazy. But it's Chantal. It is Chantal. It makes no sense, but it is Chantal. A mess. Not Nicole. Hold on. I'm gonna start DMing Juvia's Place and say you influenced me to buy from them. Shit. You know what's so sad? I really should actually start responding to certain emails, but I don't know. I'm like the worst person when it comes to that. Ain't no smeezes Jesus. All of this because she is scared he will find another woman and be happy. That's all kinds of effed up. That, remember, they were supposed to be apart for a year if she stayed in Canada. Do you know what type of connections, the better people Sala would have met out there over that year? Chantal was not going to take that risk. There was no way in hell Chantal was going to take that risk. But here we are, being this dumb, this desperate. Where is it? Tisha, that delusional is what we have here. I don't think there will ever be another creator, person, however you want to put it, like Chantal on the internet. There's a reason so many people stay tapped in and engaged, because she is like, like, again, this is why she should be studied. Like, Chantal is truly one of a kind. There are a lot of different things people can relate to, sure. But as a whole, Chantal is something. She is something. It's wild. But guys, we made it. Almost 3 hours. We made it though. Thank you for spending this time with me. I don't think she's gone. Hold on, let me just confirm. Has she gone live? I don't think she's gone live. Nah, I don't think she's gone live. At least I don't see the notification. So we'll be back here again in a couple of days. Not Chantal being a conversation though. Hopefully, as long as nothing crazy happened. As long as nothing crazy happened. So let me just lead with that. But we'll be back here soon. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. And thank you for sticking it out with me because y'all know I talk a lot. I appreciate y'all. Enjoy your weekend. Stay hydrated. Check up on your pets. And do your skincare. Don't play with me. Later, guys.
Type, typically, if I'm looking for somebody like attracted, tall enough, in really good shape, a nice jaw, chiseled features, black, like dark hair, dark eyes, smells good. It is gross. I'm a gross person. Let me be gross. Just don't come near me. Don't fuck me. Nice hands. Like, works good with their hands. It's just like the hypocrisy of it. You think I have no standards at all? Well, they're low, but... After I shit at his house, I bend over in my lingerie and say, "Wipe me, daddy." Well, like, I'm not the only person on the internet who rages, right?
No, but you do rage kind of a lot.
I'm thinking of taking anger management because I don't deal with my anger very, very well.
My overreaching message? Tough. If you also don't want to die, you can't do all the other things you want. And what gets me? Okay, when I was doing my A-levels at school, we went to London to visit some art galleries. And I think it was in the Hayward in London, the Museum of Modern Art. I think it was the Hayward, I might have the name wrong. There was a display, an exhibit that had 2 TV screens. And on one screen, it had a man in a suit jumping up and down, going quack, 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 quack. And on the other side, on a TV screen facing it, it had a jester jumping up and down, going, no, 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 no. And it was essentially illustrating how both of those things took the same amount of effort. And I think about that when I look at her, when I look at her videos, when I look at how hard she works to wriggle out of the things she actually needs to do.
Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord splits you.